of Baylor Athletics. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Nissan. Innovation that excites. Coming up, we'll break down today's game, check scores, and take you inside Baylor men's basketball. And now, we're live. Alongside Hall of Famer Pat Nunley, here's the voice of the Bears, John Morris.
but we'll talk more about him when we come back. Newcomer to the Baylor roster and expected to see his first action in a Baylor uniform today. We'll talk about him when we come back on the countdown to tip-off. It is brought to you by Conecuh Sausage. Conecuh Sausage, made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true hickory smoked southern flavor. Conecuh Sausage is always great on the grill and perfect for tailgating. Pick up a pack and enjoy your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh Sausage, a game day tradition and the official smoked sausage of the Baylor Bears. Back live from Fort Worth after this on the Conecuh Sausage countdown to tip-off here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Come see why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to Nextlink Internet. With Nextlink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, Nextlink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give Nextlink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears!
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting care and integrity. They provide
I've got it. I got it ready.
Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
You're listening to Baylor Men's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
TCU coming up here in Schollmeyer Arena. I said 197th meeting. Kind of interesting. We need to get the two sports information departments together. Our notes, Baylor's notes, say 197th meeting. Theirs say 195. Come on, let's either split it down the middle and say 196 or figure out what the difference is.
You know, did I see that the very first game played between these teams, Baylor won 38-9?
Yeah,
I think that's what it was.
That's how far back it goes.
I mean, so if you can figure that out, you ought to be able to count the number of games they played.
Just count them again.
Yep.
But we're going to go with Josie Hutton's notes that say 197th meeting all time between Baylor and TCU. And it will be game number 1 in a Baylor uniform for James Naji today. 7 foot, 255-pound freshman. He is from Makurdi, Nigeria. A lot of talk about James since he was signed and added to the roster at midseason. Very different situation. All completely legal according to the rules as they now stand, but it's caused a bit of an uproar because he's been drafted. He hasn't played in the NBA. He's been drafted by the NBA, and now he's a member of the Baylor Bears.
Well, you know, I just love the approach Coach Drew has taken. I'm going to figure out what the rules are. I'm going to play by the rules, but we desperately need a guy at that spot. So they went out and found him. What I love, you think about all the chatter around it, I love the quote that Jerome Tang gave in a press conference, asked him about this situation. He said, all I know is dogs don't bark at parked cars.
That's perfect.
Isn't that great?
That is so good.
That's it. But, you know, Coach Tang knows Coach Drew,
Yeah.
and they're birds of a feather.
Yeah.
And he said, look, if I need a guy and I have to have him, I get paid to go get those guys, right? I mean, we're supposed to put our teams in a position to have their best chance of success, and that's all he's done. And we'll figure out today. I'm not even sure the coaching staff knows quite yet what his level of contribution will be today. But what we do know for sure is Baylor's going to go from a 7-man rotation to an 8-man rotation, and that is huge as you start Big 12 play today.
That's a big plus. That's one of the major pluses for adding James to the roster. Plus, he's another big man. Helps you with rim protection, you would think. Helps you with rebounding. Caden Powell is not the lone big man, lone 5 for Baylor.
Yeah, and I think I'm not saying temper expectations at all. It's just a question of when those expectations are going to be met. Is it today? Is it a couple of weeks from now? Just don't really know. What you have to understand is Najee has not played 5-on-5 basketball since the summer.
Right.
And so he doesn't have his 5-on-5 legs under him. He just doesn't have those yet. Something else, he's been learning the pro game for a long time. And the pro game, I mean, ask Keontae George, ask VJ Edgecombe, pro game is way different than the college game. Not that Najee's going to play a guard spot, but the spacing is different. The whole philosophy of the game, I think, is completely different. So he's got a lot to learn, but what we do know is 7 foot tall, weighs 255 pounds, has a 7'7" wingspan, and that helps.
And I think, like you said, I'm not sure the coaches really know what to expect from him in this first game today. I think they're going to put him out there. He's not going to start the game. He'll come in at some point, put him out there, see how it goes. If it's going well, he's going to get more minutes. If it's not, they're going to pull him back to the bench.
That's it. I mean, they're going to test the waters and see. I don't know what sort of changes they will make for him schematically. Probably not a whole lot. I do think you're going to see a little bit of zone from Baylor today. Not that the Baylor zone is uncomplicated. There's a lot to it, and there's a lot for Najee to learn. But with his length and his size, he might be a better player along the baseline defensively in a zone than he would be in a man.
All right, here is Michael Ratai, transfer to Baylor this year. He was asked at the press conference yesterday in Waco, what does James Najee add to this Baylor team?
I mean, it's been great. I mean, James is a pro. How he approaches practice, how he comes in, how he treats himself, so it makes it really easy to play with him. And we're just going to build chemistry with him, with our team, and he's going to do great. We already put in some plays, our defensive coverages, and he's learning fast, so it's going to be easy from here on.
Get the feed going to the sorry.
Transfer from Oregon State, and interesting use of words. He said he's a pro, but what he was referring to was just the way he's handled himself, handled the situation, and he seems like he's fit in well. Coach Drew has said this, and we'll hear from Coach Drew next segment, but he said this from day one. It has to be a culture fit with the Baylor basketball program to add somebody to this team anytime, much less at midseason.
You know, I think it's interesting that you talked to Ratai, because I think Ratai might be a guy who benefits most from having Najee in the lineup. I've always felt like, at least in the first 12 games of the season, Ratai has played a little bit out of position. He's more, in fact, Coach Drew has called him a point forward. Well, with Najee getting more minutes and playing that low post position with Powell, it's going to move, I believe, Ratai into a more comfortable spot in that group of 5 on the floor. I think he's going to really like having Najee play in that deep low post position.
All right, so we'll see him at some point in the game today. He's been practicing with the team for the past week or so. He's been on U.S. soil for 5 days now. So, again, tempered expectations would be very fair for James Najee as he gets set to play his first game in a Baylor uniform today. He and the Bears are on the floor warming up. Near end of the floor, TCU at the other end of the floor. We'll take a break, and when we come back, our pregame visit with Bears head coach Scott Drew. We'll talk the start of Big 12 play. We'll talk James Najee and more with Coach Drew when we come back. Stay with us. You're listening to the Conecuh Sausage Countdown to Tip-Off here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Planning a new or used vehicle purchase?
All right, I'll roll Scott between these two breaks.
Sounds good.
Yeah, all right.
It's a winning season with first.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do there when Bob started talking.
Apply online. You'll score at www.firstcentralcu.com. Where you'll.
Oh well, you couldn't have known. Normally those bites are not that long, so you couldn't have known. And I started to interrupt you, but I figured John would. But I didn't.
Join the Baylor Cub Club, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics.
Okay.
Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places. During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
You're listening to Baylor Men's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Welcome back to Fort Worth. Let's continue on a pregame show visit now with Bears head coach Scott Drew. And, Coach, here it is. Start of Big 12 play coming up today against TCU.
Well, one thing you know about Big 12 play, it usually means if you play well, it's probably coming down to the last possession. The good news for us is you look efficiency-wise, we really finished the non-conference well. Now the challenge is, can we do that consistently against the best competition in the country? And at the same time, obviously, as you know, it's never easy trying to add somebody at semester. Never really been done before for a team that's advanced or been competitive. So a great opportunity to see if we can make history, and we all love doing that at Baylor.
Absolutely. So what are your expectations? How many minutes do you think James might get today?
Well, that's really going to depend on the game and just the flow, and he's done a great job in practice picking up the offense and defense, but at the same time, in one or two possession games, you don't have time to experiment. In the next couple weeks, he'll stop thinking, start playing. Our guys will feel comfortable with him. He'll feel comfortable with them. Until that point, I think it's, I mean, it could be 2 minutes. It could be 10, 15. It'll be the flow of the game, depends it.
Yeah. What have you learned about your team that maybe you didn't know through these first 12 games non-conference?
Well, they are who we thought they were as far as young men and individuals. They love one another. They've been great with preparing champions for life. Academically, set a record as far as spiritual growth. We've had 6 baptized. Character formation, great young men bought into that. Basketball-wise, 10-2 and bonded and put the team over themselves to get us a 10-2 record.
And how about TCU? Good challenge for you today here in Fort Worth.
Well, I mean, they beat Florida, they beat Wisconsin. Michigan, best team in the country, is a one-possession game late in the game at their place. So our last 6 games with them were 3-3, and all of them are under 4 points except one. That was 8.
Coach, we'll talk to you after the game. Good luck.
Thank you, Baylor fans.
It's Baylor coach Scott Drew. It's Baylor and TCU coming up here in Fort Worth. The Big 12 conference opener, Bears and Horned Frogs. Back with more after this. You're listening to Baylor Bear Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hi, I'm Jim Turner at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. As we celebrate our 10th year anniversary, I want to say thank you to all of our customers. Our dealership is more than a business to me. That's why when you come see us for a reliable new Chevy or award-winning service, we treat you like family. Come see our new collision center, now open to serve you even better for many years to come. Enjoy the game, then come see us at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. Together, let's drive.
Hey y'all, it's Jackie Marshall from Baylor Football. You probably know Goodwill for their stores. Trust me, I've scored some fun finds here. But here's the real deal. When you donate, or shop at Heart of Texas Goodwill, you're helping people right here in the community get jobs, training, or even a high school diploma. HOT Goodwill celebrating 70 years strong and still changing lives through the power of work. That's something worth celebrating. Donate, shop, change lives. That's Heart of Texas Goodwill.
Hellberg Barbecue is a family-owned business started here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they even ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to Nextlink Internet. With Nextlink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, Nextlink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give Nextlink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears!
You're listening to Baylor Men's Basketball. Baylor Men's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
National anthem performed in front of a sold-out Schollmeyer Arena here in Fort Worth. As we get set for the meeting between Baylor and TCU, welcome back on the Conecuh Sausage Countdown to tip-off. Pat, longtime rivals. We've seen a lot in this series. Give us the keys, your keys, on what you expect today.
I think the key defensively for Baylor is to control Brock Harding. He's a transfer from Iowa. He's a true point guard. He's the guy that makes them go. You cannot let him go where he wants to go today. If you control Harding, you can control Punch. Punch is the leading scorer and rebounder on this team, but Punch really doesn't get his own. He's going to rely pretty heavily on Harding to get the ball into his hands where he's got a chance to score. I think also on the road in any Big 12 game, you have to take care of the ball. Talked earlier about Baylor's first road game at Memphis. Bears didn't turn it over excessively, but they bunched their turnovers together. They were live ball turnovers, and I thought that kept them from having a chance to win that game down the stretch. So TCU forces just under 16 turnovers a game. They're going to get pressure today. Bears have got to limit live ball turnovers and take care of the ball. Done a pretty good job of that this year, averaging just 11 turnovers a game. And then, again, we're in the Big 12 now. You have got to compete on the glass. Bears have been one of the better offensive rebounding teams in the league, in fact, in the country. I think that's something, it's a muscle they're going to have to flex today as well. Control the glass and get more than their fair of offensive rebounds and second chance points.
Yeah, no question about that. Rebounding will be huge. And Pat's keys to the game today, Baylor and TCU coming up. Big 12 conference opener from Fort Worth between the Bears and the Horned Frogs. Back with more on the Conecuh Sausage Countdown to tip-off in a moment, brought to you by Conecuh Sausage. Made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true hickory smoked southern flavor. Conecuh Sausage is always great on the grill, and it's perfect for tailgating. Pick up a pack and enjoy your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh Sausage, a game day tradition and the official smoked sausage of the Baylor Bears. Conecuh Sausage, a fan of the Wellborn family, took a pack of Conecuh Sausage over there. Young Wesley Wellborn, 5 years old, looks at it and he says, is that Conecuh sausage? And we say, how do you know that? And he said, I heard it on the radio.
There you go.
How about that?
There you go.
Love it. Thank you, Wesley.
I love that he's dialed in.
That's right. Way to go, Wesley, and happy birthday to Art Wellborn today as well. Take our final pregame break and back with the starting lineups. Then we'll tip it off. Big 12 play begins. Baylor and TCU coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It's the wrap-up year sales event at Allen Samuels in Waco. Get the 2025 Ram 1500 Lone Star with 0% for 72 months or 3.9% for 72 months, plus 10% below MSRP and $2,000 in Black Friday select inventory cash. Check out the huge selection of 2026 Ram 2500s, now with $4,000 combined bonus cash allowance, backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Hurry, these year-end savings won't last long at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
Come see why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Len and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Ooh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
This is Baylor.
All right, Dr. Morris, we're at 1 o'clock, so if you could give me an ID. You're welcome. Thank you.
Now, let's get back to the booth with the voice of the Bears and 2024 Chris Schenkel Award winner, John Morris.
Tip-off Baylor and TCU. Baylor 10-2 on the season. TCU is 10-3. Both are 0-0 in the Big 12. Conference opener for both comes up this afternoon. Give you the starting lineups right after we pause 10 seconds for station identification. Back in 10 seconds on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Studio.
Thank you.
This is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas.
Alongside Baylor Athletics Hall of Famer Pat Nunley, I'm John Morris. Bob Baker, our engineer in Fort Worth. Dr. Van Goodall, our network board operator. Glad you're with us on this first Saturday of the new year and the start of Big 12 play, Baylor and TCU. Thanks to Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, proud championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Let's give you our starting lineups, brought to you by Baylor Scott & White, Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, bringing the home team advantage to Central Texans. First for the homestanding TCU Horned Frogs, Jamie Dixon's their head coach. 10th year back at his alma mater, 23rd season as a Division I head coach. His point guard is a good one, Brock Harding, a transfer from Iowa, 6-foot junior originally from Moline, Illinois. He's averaging 8.9 points, 2.7 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. He is the 4th leading assist man in the Big 12 Conference. Two guard is Jaden Pierre, 6-foot senior, transfer from Providence, just under 11 points, 2 rebounds per game, his averages. The wing would be, help me, Pat, Lataurus Lelevicius, right? Close. 6'7", 225 junior from Lithuania. He's a transfer from Oregon State, was teammates with Baylor's Michael Ratai at Oregon State last year. He's averaging 8.5 points, 3.5 rebounds per game. David Punch, their leading scorer and rebounder. He's from Central Texas, from Harker Heights High School. 6'7", 248, sophomore, 14 points, 7.7 rebounds per game, the leading shot blocker in the Big 12 Conference. He's got 30 blocked shots at this point in the season. That is David Punch for TCU as they douse the lights. Also, fifth starter is Xavier Edmonds, 6'8 junior from Long Beach, California. 10.5 points, 4 rebounds per game. The averages for Xavier Edmonds. TCU 10-3 on the season. For the Bears, they'll start this way for Coach Scott Drew, a very familiar lineup. In fact, the same lineup that has started every game so far this year. Point guard, that's not right. The last game, Obi Agbam was out with an illness, so he did not start, but he's back healthy and will start at the point for the Bears. Obi Agbam, 6'3", fifth-year player from Aurora, Colorado, transfer from Wyoming, 11.5 points, 2.5 rebounds. He has 3.5 assists per game, second in the league in assist-to-turnover ratio at 5.1 to 1. Two guard for the Bears would be Tunde Yesufu, 6'5 freshman from Cotonou, Benin, and played his high school basketball at St. Joseph in Orange County, California. 19.3 points a game for the true freshman, 5.9 rebounds. Member of the Big 12 starting five, a weekly honor each of the last 2 weeks. He's the fourth leading scorer in the Big 12 at 97. Senior from Augsburg, Germany, a transfer from Oregon State, 10.5 points, 6.5 rebounds per game. Five starters for Coach Scott Drew in his 23rd season at Baylor, 24th as a Division I head coach. All-time winningest coach in Baylor basketball history and coach of the 2021 national champions, Coach Scott Drew. Our starting lineups brought to you by Baylor Scott & White, Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. From injury prevention to enhanced recovery, team up with us to get back in the game.
You know, John, there's been a lot of talk about James Najee coming into this game, but I'm telling you, a guy that's kind of been under the radar is Obi Agbam. He did not play against Arlington Baptist. He'll play today. Obviously, he's practiced 3 days this week. Had an illness and just needed to work through that. This guy is playing more minutes than anybody on the team. He's a 43% three-point shooter. He's got a 5-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. That's among the top 10 in the country. So that's a guy, talk about an indispensable player. The guy the Bears really needed on the roster today and healthy and ready to go is Obi Agbam. They've got him, and we're going to see Najee, and there'll be a lot of talk about that. But to me, Agbam is the rudder of the ship. He's playing the point guard position. That's the guy they've got to have.
Yeah, and Baylor really was able to play without him in the win over Arlington Baptist, won that game big, 124-61. But boy, they absolutely have to have him at 100% today.
They do, and I think they do have him in that situation. It was a good move to hold him out. Didn't have to have him, as you mentioned, against Arlington Baptist. They have to have him today, and they've got him.
So the first big man off the Baylor bench today we would think would not be James Najee. It will likely be Caden Powell. That's the role he's filled. He hasn't started, but he's been the first big man off the bench for Baylor. And Caden, the transfer from Rice out of Midway High School, has been on quite a roll. The last 3 games for Caden Powell, he has had 46 rebounds in the last 3 games combined.
You know, I was talking to one of the coaches before the game, and they were talking about Powell. This person is Melvin Hunt, actually. Melvin said he has been a superstar for us. He talks. He's in the right spot. He's doing everything they ask him to do. And with the addition of Najee, it's not to take minutes away from anybody. He's not taking anybody's spot, but what he's going to do is help that rotation immensely, but also give Powell and some of those other guys down there a little more time to rest when they need it. So Powell's going to continue to get the minutes he's gotten. He's just been sensational.
15 rebounds last time out, 15 the game before, a career-high 16 in the win over Alcorn State for Caden Powell. Our officials today are Kip Kissinger, Brooks Wells, and Brett Smith. Ball's in the air, tip controlled by Baylor, and we are underway here in Fort Worth, the Big 12 opener, Baylor and TCU. Ratai dribbles on the perimeter, gives to Yesufu. Ball knocked away and stolen. Just took it away from him. Xavier Edmonds, the steal of the ball. Gives it to TCU. Frogs in the home white, purple trim, numerals and lettering. They shoot to the basket far into the floor from where we are located. We're up in one corner, not courtside, here in Schollmeyer Arena. In the paint, swatting at the ball. It's going to be a foul called on.
I think it's Yesufu.
Okay.
On the reach, yeah. That's another guy, John, who's been just out of sight. 19 points a game, fifth in the nation among true freshmen. Turned it over, first possession, that quick foul. It's another guy Bears going to need to have on the floor.
TCU puts the ball back in play, pass to the corner, stolen away by Dan Skillings Jr. So the Bears trade takeaways there. Baylor has it, still scoreless, 1 minute in, first half. Nice give and go pass intended for Ratai, but a foul is called. And it's a foul on TCU. It's on David Punch.
Yeah, it was a slip by Ratai. He fed it over to Carr. Looked like he was going to set a ball screen for Carr, and then he just slipped to the basket. A nice play, nice pass from Carr. TCU had to foul him to prevent what was going to be an easy layup.
Foul is on Xavier Edmonds. That is his first, team's first. Bears will inbound on their baseline. Closest in to us. Opposite end from their bench. Agbum uses every bit of that 5 seconds to get it inbounds to Cam Carr. Carr, the Bears' leading scorer on the year, has to go up with a three. Left corner, it's no good. Punch the rebound.
Yeah, not the shot they wanted.
Lelevicius drives to the bucket. His shot may have been partially blocked, may have hit the bottom of the backboard. Didn't make it to the rim. Baylor trying to head the other way, lost the handle. Short jumper by Punch is no good, and the Bears have it back.
Yeah, Bears turned it over and then took a really tough shot from Carr. So their first two possessions have not gone the way they want them to.
Here's a drive by Ratai. Strong drive to the bucket. Banker right side, no good. Punch the rebound. TCU pushes the tempo. Pass to the trailer. Three ball right side. That is an air ball. Out of bounds by Micah Robinson.
Yeah, it's a guy that shoots a lot of threes. In fact, second most productive three-point shooter on the team, right at 40%. So that's a guy that's going to shoot more of those. I'm not used to seeing the ball miss it entirely.
Yeah, exactly.
Big-time air ball.
Robinson quickly off the bench into the game here in the first 2 minutes. Here's Yesufu, top of the key. Ball fake. Now drives, now drops it off for Ratai. Ratai back to Yesufu. Three, right corner, no good. Ratai, the offensive rebound for the Bears. They get a reset of the shot clock. Cameron Carr gives to Obi Agbum. Agbum to Ratai in the paint. Shot up, no good from close range. Got his own miss, put it up, and missed again.
That's three shots by Ratai. I mean, about a foot away from the rim. He's in traffic, so he really never got on balance and left each one of those short.
The good news is he had a couple of offensive rebounds in there, but he never got the points. We're still scoreless. Here's a three, left corner, no more. Left wing three by Brock Harding. First points of the day, a 3-0 TCU lead.
Yeah, and his three-point shooting percentage is deceptive. It's 25.6%, which is not good. This guy a year ago at Iowa was right at 40% from the three-point line, so he just hadn't found the range yet. That one looked good.
3-0 TCU, 3 minutes in, first half. Bears looking for their first points of the day. Here's Skillings, drives, spins, comes back, and lays it in with his left hand.
It's a good look, and the Bears have touched the paint a few times. Now get a steal up the floor. They've got a 2-on-1.
Yesufu all the way, layup, no good. Rolled off for Tunde Yesufu. He got the steal, took it all the way, and just laid it up a little bit strong. It's a 3-2 TCU lead, 16:34 on the clock, first half.
Yeah, Bears with some good looks, but they've made just one of their first 7 shots to get started here.
Top of the key is Jaden Pierre. Pierre Lelevicius, three, right corner is good for the Oregon State transfer.
You know, one thing Jamie Dixon did in the portal was go get guys that can shoot the ball and shoot it right now. You don't have to teach them to shoot it. Lelevicius is one of those guys. You mentioned earlier, he and Ratai were teammates at Oregon State last year.
It's a 6-2 lead for TCU, 16-minute mark, first half. Obi Agbum dribbles back near midcourt, gives to Dan Skillings Jr. Skillings on the left wing, outside the arc, keeps his dribble alive, guarded by Pierre. Looks to drive, has an advantage on Pierre, banks it up and in for Skillings.
Yeah, you called it, John. That's an advantage, and he felt like if he could just get isolated on Pierre, he had room to take him into the low post, at that time into the lane, and just use his body to get a shot off.
6-4 lead for the Bears. Here's Micah Robinson. Drills a three from the right corner. TCU's got 9 points on 3 made threes.
Yeah, that's the guy that just shot an air ball. We told you about his three-point shooting percentage. You're not going to shoot many of those. That one was right down the middle.
TCU is 3 of 4 shooting three-pointers. They've got a 9-4 lead to show for it. 15-14 to play, first half. Obi Agbum dribbles between the rings, angles to the left side. Ball taken away by Micah Robinson. Rolls into the far court, doesn't go out of bounds. TCU chases it down, but then maybe a kick there, or maybe it did go out of bounds. Kip Kissinger points Baylor's direction. It's Baylor's ball.
Yeah, and the Bears are running their offense. When they're in their half-court offense, about 25 feet from the basket, you're going to see Isaac Williams check into the ball game. He's coming in to make sure that ball is touching the paint on the dribble. See what happens.
No James Najee yet in the lineup for the Bears, who trail 9-4, 15:01 on the clock, first half. Back to Fort Worth after this on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary. Toyotathon ends January 5th. See your participating dealer for details.
You're listening to Baylor Men's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
15:01 first half. Our courtside cam is brought to you by NextLink, reliable high-speed internet for your home or business. You can watch right into our broadcast location. Normally courtside, not here in Fort Worth. We're up in a corner, which is not a bad view. I would always prefer courtside, but not a bad view from here, but it's still, we're not changing the name. It's the courtside cam, presented by NextLink.
You know, I'm like you. I like being down on the floor. You see how big and strong and fast and quick those guys are and how hard it is for those guys to get around one another. But not a bad vantage point here. And really the story of the game to start this one, we're at the first media timeout, TCU up by 5. TCU's made each of its last 3 shots, and each of those was a 3. They're 3 of 4 out there. The Bears just 2 of 8 to start the game. They've had really good looks, have done the work on the offensive glass, but nothing to show for that quite yet.
All right, Pat, you mentioned here's Isaac Williams on for the first time today. Takes the inbounds pass, jets all the way to the bucket, but missed the layup, continuing that early theme for the Bears. So Isaac Williams off the bench. Caden Powell is off the Baylor bench as well. For TCU, just into the game is Tanner Toulson. Toulson, the Utah Valley transfer, played at BYU prior to that. He misses a 3. In fact, an air ball from the right side. Bears have it back. Isaac Williams again in the paint, and he drops it in.
And I said before the break, John, we saw him at the scorer's table ready to come in. That's what he's in there to do. I mean, nobody breaks a defensive down on the dribble better than Isaac Williams, and he's done it twice in each of Baylor's first 2 possessions after the media.
He is so quick, isn't he? Got to the rim, laid it in to pull the Bears within 3. It is 9-6 TCU on top. Pass to Lelavicius. Lelavicius in the paint. Tough shot. 12-footer is good. First non-3 made by TCU here in the game today.
Yeah, Bears just need to see the ball go in the hole. They're now 3 of 10 out there. A lot of those point-blank range shots that just wouldn't go.
11-6 it is. It's Isaac Williams again to the rack. And he missed the layup but was fouled.
And there's no doubt that he is in there to break the defense down. You got to have paint touches. The Baylor offense does not work if the ball is not touching the paint, preferably on the pass, but even on the dribble. And Isaac Williams, since he's come into the game, has lived in that paint. Now he's going to have a chance to shoot a couple of free throws.
believe Toulson guilty of the foul. That is his first, Tanner Toulson, on his birthday today, turning 24 years old. First foul of the day puts Isaac Williams at the line. Now, Caden Powell followed up the miss with a dunk, but that was wiped out because of the foul. And Isaac Williams no good on the first free throw. Baylor still leading the Big 12. Of all the schools in the league, Baylor has the best free throw percentage, 75.7%.
Yeah, that's exactly where Williams is. Missed that first one. Second one for Williams is short as well, so the Bears just can't buy a bucket here early.
Wow.
You know it's coming, it's just not here yet.
Yeah, even missing from the free throw line, the first free throws today. So it remains 11-6, TCU on top, 13:38 to play, first half. Around the top of the perimeter, left to right, is Brock Harding. Now he goes back left, stops, turns, passes back right to Robinson. Lelavish's three right corner is no good. Offensive rebound by Toulson. Kick out, Harding, nice pass, but a reach around foul. That keeps Xavier Edmonds from laying it in. Not a shooting foul, so it really wipes out a bucket there by TCU.
Yeah, and John, I'm pretty sure the Bears started in a zone. I know they're in a zone right now. Didn't really expect that. They've gone zone in this game, and what that suggests to me, really haven't completely found their defensive identity. This has been a man team for the most part. I know that coming up here in the past, Baylor has won with a zone defense more times than not. Maybe that's why they've made the shift, but it is zone for the most part to start the game.
All right, Isaac Williams guilty of that last foul. TCU inbounds, leading 11-6. Give the ball out to Xavier Edmonds, right wing. He'll pop an 18-footer that is no good. Caden Powell, the rebound. Powell, as we said, has been on a tear rebounding for the Bears, and they've needed him to. 15, 15, and 16 rebounds each of the last 3 games. He's now Baylor's leading rebounder, averaging 8.5 per game. Three by Agbum is no good. Rebound, Jace Posey has it for TCU. Posey, the 6'5 sophomore from Houston. Left all alone. Toulson's three is no good. Couple of players under the basket goes sprawling. And looks like they're staying that into the floor. Looks like it may be against Baylor.
Yeah, I think it was Ratai. Ball was shot from the other side of the floor, and there was just a battle going on. And you see both Ratai and the player he fouled. I'm not sure who that is. But both of those guys sprawled on the floor. When that ball goes up in Big 12 play, it is a war. Ratai doing what they want him to do, get a body on a guy you've got to keep off the glass when the ball's in the air.
Jace Posey drives in, shot partially blocked by Isaac Williams. Kick it back out, and it's an open three that is good by Jaden Pierre.
Yeah, that's a guy that can not only make shots, but he can make them from distance. That was a long ways out. TCU got the offensive rebound and immediately looked to the perimeter, found Pierre wide open.
8-point lead, biggest of the half for TCU, 14-6, 12:06 to play, first half. Isaac Williams on the left wing. Looks to drive, cut off by Pierre, now drives baseline, passes on the baseline to Yesufu, but a foul is called on Pierre. Boy, I tell you, Isaac Williams is so quick. He's just a handful defensively.
That's what he's in there to do, and right now the Bears don't have a lot to show for that, but at least that's the attitude. I mean, the approach is get the ball in the paint, draw the defense away. You want threes, but you want those coming from the inside out.
Timeout on the floor, 11:59 on the clock. First half, TCU leads Baylor 14-6 on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
Serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage led by expert industry knowledge and a commitment to community. With kindness and integrity at the forefront, every agent is equipped to help you navigate the market and make the real estate journey your own. Whether buying or selling, feel supported with an award-winning agent at your side from first offer to contract and close. Magnolia Realty serves cities including Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Temple. Learn more at magnoliarealty.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Turner at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. As we celebrate our 10th year anniversary, I want to say thank you to all of our customers. Our dealership is more than a business to me. That's why when you come see us for a reliable new Chevy or award-winning service, we treat you like family. Come see our new collision center, now open to serve you even better for many years to come. Enjoy the game, then come see us at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. Together, let's drive.
You're listening to Baylor Men's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Basketball brought to you in part by Pepsi. Hey, Bears fans, this basketball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for basketball watching. Pepsi. That's what I like. Proud partner of Baylor Athletics. That timeout, the under 12-minute timeout, both teams still huddled, but we've already seen James Najee go to the scorer's table, so when they break the huddle and resume play, we'll see the newest member of the Baylor basketball squad, the much anticipated debut on the floor for 7-footer James Najee.
Yeah, well, right now, one of the more explosive offensive teams in the country, Baylor, is really struggling. They've scored just 6 points and have made just 3 of 11 shots. Cameron Carr is a marked man today, and you better get used to that because that's going to be the case for him all throughout Big 12 play. 6th leading scorer in the country, 21 points a game, a little over 21 points a game. He's taken just 1 shot today, and that's a guy that's got to score for the Bears to have a chance. But he's covered up every time he can even get his hands on the ball.
All right, here is James Najee wearing the number 50 on his Baylor green jersey. Doesn't even have his name on the back yet, but he is in. He's posted up down low. Bears ball trailing 14-6. First half against TCU. Najee added to the roster here at mid-semester. Comes out to receive the pass, top of the key. Gets booed lustily every time he touches the ball. Here's Isaac Williams. Stops, pops, and hits from mid-range left side.
I can just hear Coach Drew telling him when he's being inserted into the game, we've got to touch the paint. We've got to have the ball on the dribble. And really, he is so quick, he's so explosive with his first step, nobody can keep him away from the basket.
14-8, Bears trail by 6, 11:21 to play. First half, near steal on the perimeter by Najee, and he's whistled for a foul. Interesting, the crowd reaction here. The TCU, mostly TCU fans, great number of Baylor fans are here. But they booed when he was introduced. They booed when he touched the ball.
Yeah.
And they cheer the first foul called on Najee.
They're just getting warmed up, too.
Here we go, back to play. Top of the key, Jaden Pierre with the ball. Little fade away, 15-footer is good. Gave himself a little separation from the defensive Michael Ratai and hit the jumper.
Yeah, that's another shot that really looked like had no business going in. Ball's just sort of settled on the back side of the rim and rolled in. But it's a team that's found the range. They're 4 of 8 from the three-point line. TCU is. Bears have not been able to score to keep the pace.
8-point lead equals the biggest of the first half. Here's Cam Carr, drives to the bucket.
There it is.
And he draws contact.
Yeah.
That was Cam Carr is going to make something happen when he had the possession of the ball.
Yeah, he's a scorer, and so whether those points are coming at the three-point line, from the free throw line, wherever, ball needs to be in his hands, and nobody does that better. I mean, he is at almost 6'6". He's quick. He's got a huge wingspan, and he knows how to get the ball in the hole or to get to the free throw line. Scorers know how to score, and you're scoring over 21 points a game, you can do it.
Cam Carr looking for his first points today, twirls the basketball. He's got 2 free throws coming. First one is no good, and Baylor is 0 for 3 to start the game at the free throw line.
Yeah, 76% from the line coming in. It's a slow start for this team. We said at Memphis earlier, the first true road game of the year. Bears got off to a bit of a sluggish start. It's a different environment completely. Right now, Bears just looking for a little bit of offense. They're so explosive, it's just going to take 1 or 2 going down to get them going, but it hadn't happened yet.
Micah Robinson, Jace Posey to the bench, Brock Harding, and Xavier Edmonds back on. Second free throw coming for Baylor's Cam Carr. Bears trailing 16-8. This one is good. First point of the day for Carr, the Bears' leading scorer, 21.3 points per game, 4th best in the Big 12.
Here comes some full court pressure, full court zone press by the Bears. And I mean, it's a meaningful press. It's not token pressure.
Got Harding trapped. He gets the ball away to Pierre, who crosses the midcourt stripe. Now back to Pierre, now back to Harding between the rings. 16-9, TCU leads. 10:20 to play before halftime. Here's Harding looking to drive, kicks to Pierre. Three ball is no good. Just hit the bottom of the net and out of bounds.
That's a third air ball we've seen today.
Yeah, by TCU.
Yeah, and those air balls are coming from their shooters. Now, it's all or nothing. It's either nothing but net or nothing. And still they're shooting at a high clip. But you get the feeling the door's cracked open a little bit right now for the Bears. Need to make a move. 10:06, plenty of time left, but they've yet to get it really going. They don't have any chemistry offensively now at all.
There's work the weave, top of the key. Isaac Williams gives it to Ratai. To Carr for three, and it's good. He splashes it from the left side.
Usually he's a guy, a scorer, that if he sees one go down, and that was a long-range three, there are more to come.
16-12, Bears close within 4. Harding, right elbow jumper is good. Pull-up jumper by Harding makes it 18-12 Frogs.
You know, he really knows how to separate that time. He was guarded by a guy, I think it was Ratai, much longer, but a couple of really strong dribbles and then a fall away, was able to get it from about 15 feet away.
Isaac Williams gives the ball to Ratai. Najee still finding his way with this Baylor team. Just been with the team for about 5 days. He's going to set a screen on the perimeter. Cam Carr gives the ball to Ratai. He'll drive into the paint. Head fake. Got his defender off his feet. Shot no good. There we go. Welcome to Baylor, James Najee. An offensive rebound and a put-back dunk.
And that's what you can do even if you haven't learned the offense. He just went up, got it down with both hands, and he didn't waste time dribbling it. It went right back in the hole. An emphatic dunk.
And Bears have the takeaway from TCU within 4. Tunde Yesufu gives to Isaac Williams, dribbles into the paint, dives on the floor to save the loose ball, and calls a timeout before he can be tied up. Heads up play by Isaac Williams.
And a little bit of a run now for the Bears, and it was fueled by the three from Cameron Carr. Maybe that gets him going. And then the play from Najee. Those are the kind of plays he can make even before he's completely figured out what they're trying to accomplish on both ends.
Short timeout, we'll keep it right here. It is a 5-2 run by the Bears. That three-pointer in there by Cameron Carr. And then the follow-up dunk by James Najee. I think we just saw a glimpse there of what he's capable of.
That's right. You don't teach that.
Right.
And, he's a great athlete, got a nose for the ball. It was up for grabs, and nobody was going to keep him from getting it. And once he's got it, might as well run to the other end.
Yeah. Big, burly, 7 feet, 255 pounds, 7'7" wingspan. That's the lead by Coach Drew. Not that he's 7 feet,
right,
but a 7'7" wingspan.
That's right, and he's an athlete. Again, John, he's been learning the pro game most of the time over the last couple of 3 years, and the pro game is completely different than the college game. The spacing is different, but those are the kind of plays he can make, and in the short term, until he starts figuring it out, that's what they're counting on him to deliver. And if he continues to make those kind of plays, what we thought might be 3 or 4 minutes here and there might end up being double-digit minutes today, if not more. Yeah.
Well, let's see if he comes back out after this short timeout. That'll be an indicator right there, because I think the coach's thought process was, hey, if things are going well, we're going to give him more minutes. If they're not going so well, we'll let him sit a little bit.
Yeah, and you look at him, he's a guy that you really just can't match. I mean, you look at TCU's lineup, and they've got some really big guys. They don't have that. And so that's an advantage for the Bears if they can get out of him what he can offer at this stage of his career.
All right, now they're going to make this a full timeout, so we will join in. 8:31 to play first half. TCU leads Baylor 18-14. We're back to Fort Worth after this on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Slam that cash with First Central Credit Union. Create a full court press with First Central's free checking that pays you cash back and
Dr. Morris.
Bank's ATMs. Enjoy free reward checking and be the MVP of a new cashback season. It's an easy bank shot. Apply on centralcu.com.
Okay, I'll figure that out.
Member
Let me see. It might have been our fault, but I don't know how.
No goodwill for their stores. Trust me, I've scored some fun finds here.
So that was the opening of the game.
Not the very opening of the broadcast.
But the opening of the game, the play-by-play. Okay, I'm looking right now.
And still changing lives through the power of work. That's something worth celebrating. Donate, shop, change lives. That's Heart of Texas Goodwill.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to Nextlink Internet. With Nextlink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig.
It may not be Playfly's fault.
Link is an official.
I'll fix it though. The card number does not match. I'll figure out what it is, what's it's supposed to be, and I'll fix it so it'll be right the next time. But it says in-game open is how it's labeled.
You're listening to Baylor Men's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back to play. Baylor with the ball. Tunde Yesufu nails a three from the far corner. So the Bears close within one now at 18-17. Miss in the paint by Punch. Cameron Carr the run out. That is now an 8-2 run by the Bears to close within one. Here's the feed to Najee into the paint. Tried to drop it off to Isaac Williams, and ball goes skittering out of bounds. So turnover Bears.
Well, Bears started the day making 3 of their first 11, only 3 of 11, and now they've made 4 of 5. And the fourth of those 5 was a 3 that gets the Bears back in the game. We said it was just going to take a couple of threes, just something offensively to give this team a spark. And looks like they've been able to get that. That's just the second turnover of the ball game for the Bears, not a live ball turnover. So the Bears come away no damage done.
Frogs ball leading by 1, 18-17, 7.5 minutes to go, first half. Brock Harding gets the ball away to Xavier Edmonds. Edmonds tries to give it to Lelavicius in the corner. Ball knocked out of bounds by Baylor. Maybe by Najee. Najee was there, and Cameron Carr was there. Out of bounds off one of them.
You know, interesting, John. David Punch, who's the leading scorer and rebounder for TCU, has yet to score in this game. In fact, he's just taken 2 shots.
Give to Edmonds on the inbound. Shot in the paint is no good. Obi Agbum the rebound for the Bears. Agbum brings it up, feeds Dan Skillings. Skillings running downhill, now passes back to Obi Agbum outside the arc. 7:10 to play, first half, 18-17. Bears looking for what would be their first lead of the day. If they could score on this possession. Yesufu, right baseline jumper is good. Back-to-back shots by Yesufu, and the Bears lead by 1.
That guy is so hard to guard. He was fairly well guarded, but at 6'5", 215, you just you try to take things away from him. He'll take advantage of that. Stopped on the drive and got about a 15-footer down.
Meanwhile, at the other end, nice feed to Xavier Edmonds, who dunks it for TCU. They regain the lead, 20-19 over the Bears. Agbum gives to Yesufu, top of the key, hot hand, 3, no good. Flying in to get the rebound is Jaden Pierre for TCU. Pierre up the right side of the floor. Frogs in the home white shoot to the basket far into the floor from our location. Now Punch to Lelavicius around the perimeter. Pierre a 3 is another air ball from the left corner, and the ball saved in bounds. Yesufu fouled on the breakaway at midcourt.
That's an amazing play by Yesufu. I mean, there was a ball pass at about 25 feet from one side of the floor to the other. Yesufu took off like he was shot out of a cannon. It looked like he had no business touching that ball. I think he got a piece of the shot. He made it look really bad. I don't think it was an air ball. I think he got a piece of it and caused that ball to be about 5 feet short. Unbelievable play by Yesufu.
How about that? And then Harding fouls him at midcourt, or Yesufu may have been dunking it at the other end. Najee goes to the Baylor bench. Caden Powell is back in. Again, there's some minutes there by James Najee as the Bears are back to an 8-man rotation. J.J. White still out, recovering from the foot injury. We may get to a 9-man rotation at some point this season. A luxury.
What'd that be like?
Agbum dribbles on the perimeter, picks up his dribble, hands it back to Yesufu. 20-19, TCU on top, 5:40 and counting, first half. Agbum, left wing, looking for separation from Hardy. Shot up, no good. Skilling's the rebound, put back, no. And then another offensive rebound, out of bounds off Posey, they say. So it should stay with Baylor, although TCU may challenge.
You know, it was a rough start offensively for the Bears, but the effort is there. We talked about the play from Yesufu. That time Skillings. You talk about rebounding outside of your area. I don't know how he got his hand on the ball and was able to try to get, well, he got a shot away and ball knocked out of bounds, but just through sheer effort, he's able to allow Bears another 17 seconds on the shot clock.
TCU, after the replay plays on the video board, now they decide to ask for a review of this play. They didn't initially. They showed it on the big board. The crowd reacted, and one of TCU's assistant coaches jumped up and told Jamie Dixon, yeah, let's get a review of this one. And I think they're right. I think it's going to be TCU's ball.
It sure looked, I mean, we're about a half a mile away, but it looked like that from where we sit. But still, you just see a different spring in the step from Baylor, really on both ends of the floor. And TCU's cooled off a little bit. They started having made 4 of their first 8 threes, now 4 of 10. And just a little more chemistry, a little bit of movement on the offensive end that we didn't see the first 2 media timeouts.
All right, the officials are looking at it. Again, our officiating crew today, great crew. Kip Kissinger, Brooks Wells, Brett Smith, our 3 officials. We're brought to you in part by Rudy's, a proud sponsor of Baylor men's basketball. Be sure to stop by your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com for some real Texas barbecue. Enjoy. Here we go with the result of the review.
After review, the challenge is successful. The ball was off Baylor. They will retain their challenge and their timeout. TCU ball.
There you go. There's our man Kip Kissinger with the explanation and good use of the review.
Yeah, it was by Coach Dixon. And I do think the replay on the home court video board here in front of us had a lot to do with that.
No question.
Hey, don't make it harder than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if this was Daniel Meyer Coliseum, the old video board, they may not have gotten that ball. But in the newly renovated Schollmeyer Arena, it's a win for TCU.
Growing up in Fort Worth, I saw a lot of games and played in a lot of games at Daniel Meyer Coliseum. Really a soft spot in my heart for the old Daniel Meyer.
Nice, very nice. Here we go back to play. TCU ball. They lead by 1, 20-19 over the Bears. 5:20 to go before halftime. Harding, nice pass down low, kind of wrapped it around, and Xavier Edmonds banks it in.
Yeah, that's why Harding really does make them go. If you flash open, you make yourself a target, he's going to get the ball to you. This guy had 12 assists against Florida in their win earlier in the year.
Najee on the bench. Caden Powell's the big man in there for the Bears. He takes the bounce pass from Williams. Tried to pass it back to him. Shot it knee level, and it's a turnover by Baylor. And TCU on the alley-oop dunks it at the other end.
That's what Coach Drew says on the road, no live ball turnovers, because you can see what happens. You can hear how the crowd gets ignited. It was a live ball turnover. 2 passes later, Posey is dunking it, and now the crowd's on its feet.
24-19. TCU goes back up on Baylor. Bears took a brief lead at 19-18, but 6 unanswered by the Frogs since then. Cameron Carr on the perimeter. Right side, passes left side to Williams. He'll drive and thought he was fouled. Ball goes flying away. No call. Pierre takes the loose ball for TCU. Pierre gives the ball to Harding. Back to Pierre. Jumper, mid-range, right side. No good, but Jace Posey, the offensive rebound. Back to Brock Harding. Harding dribbling top of the key. Passes right side to Jaden Pierre. Pierre, the Providence transfer. And then gives the ball to Posey, and Posey starts a drive, but shuffled his feet before he did so. Turnover, TCU.
Yeah, Bears got it to 1, and then a couple of turnovers, a couple of missed shots. Lead has now been extended to 5, but at least you get the feeling that the Bears have gotten level set in this game. Cameron Carr still trying desperately, not only to get a shot, but to just get his hands on the ball. He's been a marked man, and thus far in the game has taken just 2 shots. One of those has gone down. That was a 3.
Timeout on the floor, 3:53 to play before halftime here in Fort Worth. TCU leads Baylor 24-19. We're back after this word from Pepsi.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Come see why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Baylor fans, ready to keep it cool this season? Ice and Easy delivers premium ice lightning fast. From tailgates to restaurants, construction sites, concerts, and races, Ice and Easy has you covered. Game day or work day, keep your drinks cold and your spirits bold. Ice and Easy, we deliver, you chill. Proud supporter of the Baylor Bears.
You're listening to Baylor Men's Basketball. Baylor Men's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Big 12 opener here in Fort Worth today. Baylor and TCU, 197th meeting all time between the Bears and the Frogs. Bears, interesting in the series, have won the last 5 straight trips to Fort Worth. TCU has won the last 3 straight trips to Waco.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that for the game. Go figure that. And then I think it's just the Big 12. And I think also, John, these two teams are very evenly matched. They always have been. And I think today that's really been the case. TCU wants this game. Team Baylor that's averaging 90 points a ball game wants this game to finish in the 60s, maybe the low 70s. And so far, so good for the Frogs. Yeah. Bears at 19 with just under 4 minutes to play, 3:53 to be exact in the half.
38% shooting for the Bears so far, 43% for TCU. Back to play, Baylor ball trailing by 5. Cam Carr, right side, fires the pass along the baseline. 3 by Skillings is blocked, and the ball saved in bounds, but he stepped out of bounds trying to save it. Jace Posey, big-time block of the shot attempt by Dan Skillings Jr.
Yeah, and that guy can jump. I mean, he won the state championship, high jump in high school 2 years in a row. And then he was third in the high jump at the 2024 Big 12 Outdoor Championships. That guy's a crazy athlete. He came out of nowhere and got every bit of that shot.
Here's James Najee and Isaac Williams back in. Inbounds to Carr. His 3 left wing is no good. Harding rebounds for TCU. Harding up the center of the floor around the screen of Punch. Now the bounce pass to Punch. Still looking for his first points today. He's their leading scorer and rebounder on the year. Punch drives, banks it, no good. Trying to go around and over James Najee. Missed the shot. And here is Yesufu bringing it up, and he turns the ball over.
Yeah, that's an unforced error. I'm not sure what caused that. It wasn't like he thought he had a pass and then thought better of it. He was just bringing it up the floor. And that's just turnover number 4 against the Bears. But it comes at a time when the Bears really need to finish the half strong. 3:09 to play, down 5. Got to finish it strong and keep TCU within striking range at halftime.
Only 19 points for the Bears with 3 minutes to go in the first half. There's a runner by Harding that is no good, right side. And the Bears have the rebound. Again, Baylor leads the Big 12, 5th in the nation, averaging 95.6 points per game scoring. They've got 19 right now. Welcome to the Big 12. Here's Isaac Williams, gives to Carr, top of the key. Carr looks to drive, strong drive, lays it up, no good. Fight for the rebound, Harding. Closest man to the ball, takes it for TCU. Brock Harding all the way, passes back to Pierre. Thought about a 3, nearly traveled. Gave it back to Harding. Another 3 is another air ball taken by Posey and put back in.
You know, from a defensive perspective, it is hard to rebound an air ball. You're waiting for the ball to come off the rim. You've got a guy on your back. And when the ball doesn't hit the rim, I thought Posey saw that coming, and he was right there. It was almost like an assist on the air ball from Harding.
That's 4, maybe 5 air balls on three-point attempts by TCU in the first half. But they lead 26-19 over Baylor. Final 2 minutes of the half. Isaac Williams knifes in right side, passes on the baseline. Yesufu's 3, no good. Skillings, long-armed rebound for the Bears. Skillings up with it, and it won't fall. Rebounded by Micah Robinson for TCU. Starts the break the other way, went for the alley-oop dunk shot, no good. Follow is blocked. Isaac Williams got the block on the attempt by Jake Posey.
You know, it was a quick shot at the other end, not a bad shot at all by Skillings. Got the rebound, put it right back up, but you get a shot like that, if it doesn't go, if it's quick or if it's a bad shot, TCU is off to the races. That's exactly what happened. Bears dodged a bullet there. I thought it was about to be an alley-oop dunk for TCU. Yeah. And so again, an 8-0 run by TCU, an 0-for-9 drought by the Bears to begin to finish the half.
Wow.
Bears have scored just 19, well below their average.
26-19, TCU leads. Harding drives in, layup is short. Punch had the rebound and lost it. Najee will get credit for that rebound for the Bears. Here's Cameron Carr for Baylor. Drives down the paint. Layup is good by Carr.
You know, even if they're not going in, he has to keep shooting them. I mean, when you're scoring 21 points a game, you need points from that position. He's 2 for 5 now, but that was a pretty intentional drive that gets the lead down to 5 by halftime.
26-21, Frogs lead. Final minute, first half. On the baseline right, it is Micah Robinson. He is fouled by Isaac Williams. Only the 15th foul on the Bears, so not yet in the bonus. TCU will inbound, and Jamie Dixon's going to call timeout right here. 51.9 seconds to play before halftime. Frogs ball, Frogs lead, 26-21.
You know, we talked in the opening, John, about what TCU has done really well that might have exceeded most people's expectations is defend, and they've done it here. They are number 30 in the country in Ken Palm's defensive efficiency ratings, and that's a big number. I mean, if you hold Michigan to 68, you're doing something right, and they really have found a way to shut Baylor off offensively in this game. Bears at just 21 points, averaging, you mentioned, John, 95 a game, and what they've really done is found a way to keep Cameron Carr from finding any sort of momentum. He has just 6 in the first half on just 2 of 5 shooting. So Bears will have a chance at halftime to regroup, but you want to make sure that lead stays manageable by halftime. That's just 51 seconds away.
Continue to watch David Punch. He is their leading scorer and rebounder, leading shot blocker in the Big 12. He is 0 for so far here in the first half. David Punch is 0 for 4. He does have 4 rebounds, but has not scored for the Frogs. But they lead by 5, and they're inbounding out of the timeout. Harding inbounds to Punch. Gives it back to Harding outside the arc on the right side. Give to Jaden Pierre. To Punch, back to Pierre. Top of the key, 10 to shoot. He'll drive. Kick, left corner. Lelavicious, 3 is good. Nice drive and kick. Great assist by Pierre. Lelavicious, his second made 3 of the first half.
You know, think about that. That is the 10th assist in the first half for TCU on 12 made buckets.
Wow.
They're really sharing the ball.
Lead is 8, equals their biggest lead of the half for TCU, 29-21. Bears ball, they can nearly drain the clock here. About 2 seconds difference in the 2 clocks. Obi Agbum dribbles between the rings. Harding on him. Agbum cut off. Nice pass to Carr, and he dunks it for 2.
Great play. Nice backdoor cut by Carr.
Here's a half-court heave that is, it hit the rim and out, no good. Who was that? Was that Harding or was that Punch?
I think that was Punch.
Punch.
That ball did everything but go in.
Yes, it did.
Rattled around, and that was from about 15 feet this side of half court.
Well, welcome to the Big 12. Halftime score 29-23, TCU on top.
Just really didn't expect that kind of defense from TCU. We knew it was better, but that's how they really have survived the first half. They wanted this game to finish in the 60s, maybe low 70s, and that's the pace we're on right now as neither team got out of the 20s in the first half.
TCU 37.5% shooting in the first half. Baylor 35.7%. Baylor 22% from three-point range. TCU did make some hay, especially early from three-point range, 41.7% TCU hit 5 of 12 three-pointers.
Yeah, well, the Bears are going to find their range. I mean, a team that has this much firepower offensively, I think is going to find a way to score. But right now, I mean, you think about it too. You hold an opponent, Big 12 opponent, to 29 at halftime, which is what the Bears have done. Feel like you ought to be at least tied or certainly in the lead. That hadn't been the case today. The Bears just can't find the range. Made 2 of their last 11 shots to finish the half when I felt like that was the point at which they needed to make a run.
Bears with 23 points in the first 20 minutes tonight. We'll give you all the first half stats coming up in a bit. We reach halftime here in Fort Worth. Our score, TCU 29, Baylor 23. Stay with us, our Bluebonnet Health Services halftime report when we come back on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
I remember Derek turning down some kind of feed that was going elsewhere, but I don't know if y'all have the ability to do that.
Local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite.
Okay.
And they even ship barbecue nation.
I checked all the opens and everything. I don't know what happened, but the cart, it was not Playfly's fault. It was our fault. We had
salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know.
Okay.
Toyotathon.
And also, we're getting close to ID time.
Spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary. Toyotathon ends January 5th. See your participating dealer for details.
You're listening to live coverage of Baylor men's basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Now, it's time for the Bluebonnet Health Services Halftime Show. Brought to you by TFNB, the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Bluebonnet Health Services. Libman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Stay tuned as we break down the first half. Check in on scores and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
29-23. Pat will give us all the first half stats coming up in a bit. Welcome into the Bluebonnet Health Services halftime report, brought to you by Bluebonnet Health Services. Your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet. Bears opening their Big 12 portion of their schedule today. Baylor women already 2 games in. They are 1-1 in conference play. A tough 1-point loss at the buzzer to Texas Tech. And then a stirring comeback in Stillwater earlier this week to knock off to knock off Oklahoma State, coming from 19 down to win the game over the Cowgirls. Now for the Baylor women, a top 25 showdown in Ames tomorrow against 10th ranked and undefeated Iowa State. Cyclones led by Audie Crooks, the nation's leading scorer, just under 30 points per game, the average for Audie Crooks. Here's Baylor women's coach Nikki Collin on the plan of attack against Crooks and the Cyclones.
They know who they are. You know that group has played together now for a long time, and they're gonna play through her. And so it comes down to hoping she occasionally misses. She's going to miss 3 out of 10, and maybe 3.5 if you guard her really well. But you got to make her give it up some, and you've got to live with her making some 2s and not giving up 3s, because it's pretty much even if you're shooting 50% from 3 or 70% from
10 seconds.
Okay.
It's not easy. It's definitely they are a shot chart marvel, that's for sure.
That is Nikki Collin, Baylor women's basketball coach. She and the Bears in Ames to play Iowa State tomorrow. Cyclones, men and women, undefeated on the season. One of only 2 Power 5 schools in the country to be undefeated and ranked in the top 10. Those Iowa State men will be in Foster Pavilion on Wednesday night. But the Baylor women taking on Iowa State at Hilton Coliseum in Ames tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock game, nationally televised on ESPN. And, of course, with Derek Smith and Lori Fogelman right here on the Baylor Sports Media Network. 2 p.m. tomorrow, Baylor and Iowa State. 22nd ranked Baylor and number 10, Iowa State. Here, it's TCU leading the Baylor men 29-23. Take a break. When we come back on the Bluebonnet Health Services halftime report, Pat will give us all the first half stats. Bears trail by 6 at the intermission. This is the Bluebonnet Health Services halftime report. Bluebonnet Health Services, your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet. 29-23 Frogs at halftime on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
Proudly serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage and a trusted neighbor, bridging expert industry knowledge with integrity and kindness. Known for their award-winning agents, Magnolia Realty understands the dynamics of making the real estate journey your own and the importance of trust from contract to close. You can find their local agents here in Waco and across the state, including in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected and learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com. Here's to home.
Hi, I'm Jim Turner at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. As we celebrate our 10th year anniversary, I want to say thank you to all of our customers. Our dealership is more than a business to me. That's why when you come see us for a reliable new Chevy or award-winning service, we treat you like family. Come see our new collision center, now open to serve you even better for many years to come. Enjoy the game, then come see us at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. Together, let's drive.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Len and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
You're listening to Baylor Men's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Schollmeyer Arena, where the Bears trail the Frogs, 29-23 at halftime, and an unexpected first half offensively for the Bears, scoring almost 96 points a game, held to 23 in the first half. In fact, the number of field goals made in the first half, just 10 by the Bears, ties the season low in that category in a half on the season. Bears did get 8 points from Cameron Carr, got those late, got 4 from Isaac Williams, a bucket from James Najee, who ended up playing 8.5 minutes in the first half. He added a rebound to his points. 4 points for Dan Skillings. Obi Agwem did not score, neither did Michael Ratai. Tunde Yesufu with 5 in the first half. Bears shot it at just 35%. Although TCU not any better, a couple percentage points better, 37.5. Difference was TCU made 5 of 12 threes. Bears just 2 of 9 out there. Bears got to the free throw line a couple of times, just 1 of 4 at the free throw line. So typically living at the first line on their at the free throw line on their offensive end. That wasn't the case tonight when they got there, just weren't able to capitalize. TCU is yet to shoot a free throw in the first half. Frogs got 8 points from Lataris Lelevicius, 5 points and 3 rebounds, 3 assists as well for Brock Harding. A true point guard for TCU really makes them go. Jaden Pierre, his backcourt mate, also with 5 points in the first half. Give 4 to Xavier Edmonds in the first half, 4 for Jace Posey, and then 3 for Michael Robinson. Bears badly out-rebounded in the first half by the Frogs, 22-16 in that category. Neither team turned it over excessively. Bears with just 4 turnovers, TCU with 5, which resulted in 2 points off turnovers for both teams. Big number in the first half. TCU had 10 assists on 12 made buckets. Compare that to just 5 assists on 10 made buckets by the Bears. So a lot of work to do by this explosive offense that Baylor brings to Fort Worth this afternoon. We've yet to see that on display as the Bears are down 29-23, but a lot of basketball left to be played in the Big 12 opener for both teams here at Schollmeyer Arena in Fort Worth. Stay with us. Second half right around the corner on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It's the wrap-up the year sales event at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Waco.
Yeah, we didn't get one, so if we,
Grand Cherokee L.
Yeah, I can just drop it in
for 60 months, or take
It's okay.
$400 in combined bonus cash, plus $1,000 in select inventory.
I was gonna remind you in your ear, and then Bob texted me.
Drive into the new year. These deals end soon, so hurry in.
You're correct.
Waco today.
Come by. Let's be friends.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to Nextlink Internet. With Nextlink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, Nextlink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give Nextlink a call or go online to Nextlink.
Well, this has just not been a good day.
Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
Come see why Green Eye is
Well, there's more, John.
after year. Enjoy.
I thought I had started 2 recordings, and Ward went and did some production and stopped the backup one, and I realized just a little while ago that I didn't restart the one in here, so we're going to miss some of the coverage.
Quality.
Okay, that's our only archive.
Do you want the pregame that whatever I got? Do you want me to just kind of piece that together? Because he just stopped. I think he stopped the recording, and it. Okay.
Service.
And I'll just put a pregnant pause in there.
Brought to you by TF.
I'm sorry. I thought I had started the one in here, and so I wasn't worried about it when he did that.
Endurance. Champion.
Bob suggested I just drop one in, so I did.
Farm Bureau Insurance Online. To find a local agent today. Blue Bonnet Health Services. Libman. America's trusted brand name in cleaning. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Stay tuned as we get set for the second half action with the Baylor Bears as we rejoin the voice of the Bears, John Morris, live from the booth, bringing you the second half action and more, all coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
The start of the second half, Bears trail 29-23. That'll wrap up the Blue Bonnet Health Services halftime report. Brought to you, as always, by Blue Bonnet Health Services. Your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Blue Bonnet. Pat, 8.5 minutes, 8 minutes 37 seconds to be exact for James Najee in his Baylor debut in the first half. Good to see him get his feet wet out there.
It is, and if you look at the plus-minus for the minutes that he played, he's the only Baylor player that has a positive. Got 7 positive there, so it was really a good debut, I think, for Najee. But you can tell as you watch him from where we sit, John, he's doing a lot more thinking than he is playing. And the play that he did make was just go get the ball, and then you know what to do with it when you rebound it. And that's the kind of play that they could expect him to make early. But right now, it's a matter of the Bears getting off to a really good start here in the second half. They did not start well in this game, and you got to give TCU's defense a lot of credit for that. They've improved dramatically this season defensively from last year, and the Bears right now don't have an answer for it. There was points in the first half where the Bears were kind of playing sideways rather than when they got Isaac Williams into the ball game, getting that ball into the lane and breaking that pressure down with dribble penetrations. I think we'll see a lot more of that here in the second half.
All right, the last time the Bears were held under 30 points in the first half of a game was against Houston. And I think they were number 1 in the nation, March 8th of 2025. So it's been a while, and the Bears with 23 in the first half, a full 11 points short of their lowest first half point production any game so far this year. Here we go, back to play. TCU ball. Frogs have the lead, 29-23. TCU in the home white, they shoot to the basket nearest to us as we look down from the mid-level corner here of Schollmeyer Arena. Bounce pass to Xavier Edmonds. He's backing down Caden Powell. Shot over him is no good, but a foul called on Powell. Interesting, Caden Powell starts the second half.
Well, and Edmonds is a guy that's a handful. I mean, he was the junior college player of the year last year in the country. And he's one of those guys that can get his own bucket. I mean, Punch, not really. Punch relies pretty heavily on Harding. But you can just isolate Edmonds in the low post as they did that time on Powell. And he'll find a way to get to the line or get a bucket. First free throw is short.
First personal on Caden Powell today. First team foul on the Bears here in the second half. Just getting going. Second half from Fort Worth. Bears have won their last 5 trips to Fort Worth, trying to keep that string going. Second free throw by Edmonds is good. He's got 5 points on the day. He's got the first point of the second half.
Not that this is a big hole to climb out of, but I still think you take the game in bites. I mean, Bears right now just looking for a bit of a groove offensively, and I think the first immediate timeout's a good checkpoint for that.
Here's Ratai trying to lift the pass to Powell, and it's stolen away. So a turnover by Baylor on their first possession of the second half. Bears trailing by 7, 30-23. Michael Robinson drives in on Powell. Shot contested, no good. Offensive rebound by Edmonds. He puts it up and in with a foul.
And that's a big disparity. The rebounding battle, we talked about that being a key to this game. It really is a key in any Big 12 game. But TCU at halftime had out-rebounded the Bears 22-16. And that's a rebound and a putback, an opportunity for a three-point play to start the second half. TCU really flexing its muscles on both ends of the floor on the glass.
The lead is 9 and make it 10 as Edmonds hits the free throw to complete the three-point play, and that is the biggest lead today by TCU, 33-23 over the Bears. First 4 points of the second half scored by the Frogs here at home. Obi Agbam brings it into the front court. Gives the ball to Tunde Yesufu. Yesufu to Carr, to Ratai. He'll shoot a 3. It's no good. Yesufu goes up for the rebound and looks like a push from behind as he ends up on the floor.
It's a good shot from Ratai. In fact,
the foul is on Yesufu.
They're saying it was a push on Yesufu.
Wow.
That's the kind of play that he can make. I saw some contact. I didn't know that he initiated the contact. But the Bears are starting the second half really the way they started the game. Just a little bit slow out of the gate, and offensively have yet to find a groove, which is unusual for a team that scores 96 a game.
Second personal on Yesufu. Here he gets the steal, steps into the passing lane, takes it all the way, levitates in the air, shot no good, got it back, put it up, missed again, Ratai the offensive rebound, put back and a foul. Couple of offensive rebounds by Baylor. They end up with a bucket, maybe a three-point play for Michael Ratai.
That's one of the things the Bears have done really well this year is get to the offensive glass, particularly when the ball's not going in the hole for you. Got to find another way to score. It's offensive rebounding and second chance points, and it's free throws. Bears just 1 of 4 at the free throw line in the first half. First trip to the line here in the second. Couldn't come at a better time.
That was on Jaden Pierre, his second. Ratai will shoot the free throw. These are his first points of the day, the bucket and then the ensuing free throw. Bends his knees, shot up and in by Ratai. 70% free throw shooter on the year. 3-point play. First points today for Michael Ratai. Pulls the Bears within 7.
Yeah, first buckets of the day, I think you mentioned, and he doesn't need to score big, but he's got to score, and that gets him going here in the second half.
There's a lob to Punch, top of the key. Punch spins on Ratai, drives, banker in. First points today by David Punch. We were talking about the first points for Ratai. Here's Punch averaging 14 a game, their leading scorer. Those are his first points this afternoon.
Yeah, he's 6'7", 240. When he gets it there in the deep low post, you're not going to move him out. And he used his body that time to make it look pretty easy.
Lead is back to 9 for TCU. Here's a foul on the perimeter. It is on Jaden. No, it's not on Pierre. Oh, it's on Xavier Edmonds. Edmonds going for the steal there on the side court. Picks up his second personal. Team foul number 2 on TCU in the half. Bears will inbound on their baseline. Trailing 35-26 are the Bears to TCU.
You know, Bears found about a 3 or 4 minute span in the first half where they started flexing their muscles offensively. But here in the second, a block 3. Yesufu shot way short. TCU gets it.
Frogs run it the other way. Lelavicius 3, right corner is good. Boy, that man has hit 3 threes today. That one puts the Frogs up by 12. Their biggest lead today.
You know, the Bears need to put some pressure on TCU with Baylor's offense. Right now, TCU kind of taking target practice. They don't feel like the Bears are going to be able to consistently score to have a chance to win this game.
Cam Carr, tough shot, driving across the paint right to left, puts it up and in with his right hand. Cam Carr just sort of willed that one in. He's got 10 on the day. It's 38-28. Frogs lead by 10. Harding bounces to Punch. Punch is fouled. Boy, if that's on Powell, that's going to be his third.
Yep.
And 3 all here in the second half on Caden Powell.
And now you've got Najee to fill out an 8-man rotation. Those fouls hurt, but they don't hurt as badly as they did a week ago before Najee got on campus. You can see a good example of how Punch really relies heavily on Harding to score. At time, a little drive by Harding and a cut to the basket from Punch. He had it in scoring position and drew the foul in the process.
All right, Powell with 3 fouls goes to the bench. Ratai to the bench. Here's Dan Skillings Jr. and James Najee back on the floor. Najee very compliant, tucks his shirt in tightly before he steps on the floor.
You know, you called it. You know how new he is to the team when his name is not even on the back of his jersey.
Yeah. I think he'll wear, the second free throw is good by Punch. He'll wear number 46 when he gets the new jersey from Nike, but right now 50 is best you can do. Kind of looks like David Robinson from a distance.
He really does.
Here's a nice drive, reverse layup, no good by Agbum, but the follow-up is good by Tunde Yesufu.
And that's what Yesufu does. When the ball's up for grabs, he is so strong and quick to the basket, he's usually going to get it.
There's a shot by Micah Robinson on the baseline right. No good, but he's fouled by Cam Carr. Carr, his first personal foul today. Maybe, and it is, free throws coming from Micah Robinson.
Well, TCU did not shoot a free throw in the first half. They're about to shoot free throws 6 and 7 here in the second, and we're not even a complete 4 minutes into the second half. Bears defensively are just trying to find a way to keep TCU off the glass and getting high percentage shots. In fact, second half TCU has made 3 of 4, and that made free throw makes them 5 of 6 from the line.
Second one's good as well. Micah Robinson, couple of free throws for TCU. Lead is back to 12, equals the high water mark for the Frogs today, 42-30. TCU on top. Only 30 points for the Bears, 3.5 minutes into the second half. Najee on the perimeter, one dribble, then he hands it off to Dan Skillings Jr. Give to Agbum, drives in from the left wing. Back outside, Yesufu's 3 is good.
Good dribble drive by Agbum. Drew the defense away. It was just catch and shoot for Yesufu from about 23 feet out.
42-33. Here's Punch in the paint, battling. Took it right into the chest of James Najee, and he banks it in.
Yeah, not a lot of resistance right now by the Baylor defense. It looked like a steal, was a steal from Yesufu, but he quickly lost the ball, and all Punch did was pick it up and lay it in. Thought the Bears had it and were off to the races with it.
Instead, the lead is 11 for TCU. Punch has come alive a bit here in the second half. He's got 6 points after being held scoreless in the first 20 minutes. Obi Agbum back near midcourt, picks up his dribble, gives the ball to Skillings, drives left side, spin, shot. No, more of a lob for Najee, has it knocked away and stolen. I don't think that was a shot. I think he was trying to lob it for James Najee. Robinson in transition. That's another air ball out of bounds by TCU.
It is feast or famine for TCU from a three-point line. And Robinson's a 40% three-point shooter. He shot 2 air balls today.
That's at least 5 by the Frogs today. Air balls from three-point range. Well, even with that, they lead the Bears by 11. It's Baylor or TCU 44, Baylor 33. Timeout on the floor, 15-16 to play. Second half from Fort Worth on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
Kids can now join the Baylor Cub Club, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics, presented by Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
Everything we do for you. Slam dunk benefits at First Central Credit Union. Tip off with free checking that pays.
Gotta make those shots.
Great rates, quick local loans, easy online applications, a free mobile app, secure remote control cards, 24/7 deposits, and more services at our ATMs, and a free new member t-shirt. Join today at firstcentralcu.com. We're your team. Everything we do for you.
Eligibility and application requirements apply. Member NCUA.
You're listening to Baylor Men's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor Basketball brought to you in part by Rudy's, a proud sponsor of Baylor Men's Basketball. Be sure to stop by your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com for some real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget, Rudy's serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. Rudy's, home of the Baylor Coaches Show, resuming January 15th at Rudy's.
Well, by design, TCU has made this, I think, pretty much a half-court game. Now, they've got fast break points. In fact, 7-2, TCU has outscored Baylor with fast break buckets. But the Bears, I think, are more comfortable in a 94-foot game. That's what they're accustomed to. You don't score 95 points a game if the ball's not getting up and down the floor. And I think one thing TCU has done really well today is control the pace, control the tempo of this game. Been pretty selective with their fast break opportunities. But we said at halftime they wanted this game in the 60s at the end, maybe the low 70s, and we're still one of those guys that can score in bunches. Bears looking for somebody to lead the offense and start making some buckets.
It's 44-36. Bears down by 8 to these Frogs. TCU, a lot of newcomers on their roster, not as many as Baylor, but still feeling their way a bit, as is everybody this time of year. Harding. Right elbow jumper, shot no good. Loose ball tipped around, controlled by Robinson. He'll drive in, and ball knocked away, picked up by James Najee. Najee one dribble, and he gives it back to Yesufu.
It's a big stop by the Bears. They kind of dodged a bullet. Punch lost the control of the ball, or maybe it was Robinson. But the Bears needed that after the made three, and now Williams has his pocket pick.
Harding just took it away from Isaac Williams. Feeds Robinson. Drive, layup is good. It'll be an offensive goaltend on Najee, but give the basket to Micah Robinson.
Yeah, that's a big missed opportunity by the Bears. Up the floor, they had just made a three. They got to stop, needed to go to the other end. Now the lead is 10, and just another turnover at that end of the floor. It hasn't been excessive, But in a game that's, Big 12 game, typically 1 or 2 possession difference at the end of the game, you got to take care of the ball.
Skillings drops it inbounds to Obi Agbum. Agbum across the midcourt stripe. The TCU logo there. Agbum all the way. Drives, layup, swatted out of bounds by Jaden Pierre.
Yeah, it's a paint touch, though, by Agbum. That's a good look, a good start. That's really what makes this half-court offense go by the Bears. They're going to make some threes, but usually those shots come from passes that have started off in the paint.
Inbounds to Carr. Short jumper, left side, is good by Cameron Carr.
That's a guy that needs shots. And typically, he's a very efficient guy. He's not a volume shooter, but he's going to need a lot of shots here for the Bears to have a chance.
Still an 8-point deficit for Baylor. Bounce it in the paint to Edmonds, Xavier Edmonds. He is fouled from behind by James Nagy. Nagy personal foul number 2 on the day.
Yeah, that's team foul number 6 against the Bears. Think about it, John. First half, Bears never put TCU in the bonus, and now we're 1 foul away from the bonus for TCU. 6.5 minutes into the second half.
TCU didn't shoot a free throw in the first half, did they?
No.
Well, with a long way to go, 13.5 minutes to play. Najee guarding the inbounder, Pierre. He gets it inbounds to Edmonds. Edmonds trips, gets up. Give to Jace Posey, drive, no good. Posey got the miss, and on the putback was fouled.
Bears have been dominated on the glass here in the second half, John. Every Big 12 game, that's a big number to keep an eye on. Battle of the backboards, who's winning it. And TCU in the second half has really been dominant. They've just manhandled Baylor, particularly on the Frog side of the floor. That's why they're making so many trips to the free throw line.
Obi Agbum whistled for that foul. Total rebounds right now, TCU 27, Baylor 22. Offensive rebounds, TCU leads 12-11. That most recent offensive rebound by Posey puts him at the line where he hits the first one.
You get the feeling the offense is going to come around. It's the defensive side of the floor in the first 6.5 minutes of the second half that has been a problem really for Baylor.
And that's been a focal point all season long. Baylor, we knew the offense was there. There's so many offensive weapons. So that defense continues to be a work in progress.
It is. Coming into the game, talked about it pregame, Ken Pom has Baylor at 101 in the country in defensive efficiency.
Second free throw rims out, no good by Posey. Rebound James Nagy for the Bears. Here's a give and go to Nagy. Lost the handle, under the paint, head fake, shot up, no, but he's fouled. So we'll see James Nagy at the free throw line for the first time in a Baylor uniform.
That's a good look from Nagy. Got the ball in scoring position, and that's what he was looking to do. And the defense had to foul him. We'll see what he does at the free throw line. You would think a guy that hadn't been playing a whole lot, hasn't been spending a lot of time at the line, coming in at least over the summer, was about a 50% free throw shooter. First one short.
And the crowd boos every time he touches the ball. I think they're not so much booing James Nagy as they're booing the system that's in place that allows him to play in a college game.
Yeah, second one's good, by the way. But if that's the boo, okay.
Right.
But you can't fault Baylor from going out and finding a guy that could give him at least an 8-man rotation, and he's been well in it today.
Clearly within the rules, no question. Here's Posey, drives in, took it right at Nagy, and his lay-in rolls in for him.
And nobody ever made Posey change directions. You got to get, when he's got the ball in the open floor, you got to go get him 15, 18 feet from the basket. You can't let him just finish there.
Agbum mid-range jumper, shot no good. Rebounded by David Punch for TCU. Nagy that time was begging for the ball right in the middle of the paint. They didn't get it to him. Here's a drive, layup, no, tip, no, loose ball. Nagy grabs it for Baylor. So in traffic, Nagy. And is he fouled or?
I think he stepped on the out of bounds.
Oh, he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
But John, again, that's a good look at how aggressive TCU is on their offensive glass, and the Bears have no real answer for that right now. Most of the TCU shots in the second half have come from inside the lane. That's why they've made 6 of 11.
Well, Najee was none too happy with that call, and his teammates were really holding him back. Coach Drew immediately signaled for Caden Powell to go in. Actually, he called a timeout so he could put Powell in and give Najee a break on the Baylor bench. But he was showing a little fire, a little spitfire on that play.
He was. I think he wanted the foul called. He got hammered on the arms as he brought the rebound down. And as he was trying to just create a little bit of space away from the defenders, looking at the replay, he planted his right foot on the out-of-bounds line. Good call by Kip Kissinger.
Gotcha. Timeout on the floor, 12:27 to go. Bears trail by 10 to TCU, 49-39. Back after this word from Toyota.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary. Toyotathon ends January 5th. See your participating dealer for details.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
You're listening to Baylor Men's Basketball. Baylor Men's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
12:27 to play, second half from Fort Worth. TCU leads Baylor 49-39. Hey, glad you're with us. Happy New Year to you. Pat Nunley, John Morris, Bob Baker, Dr. Van Goodall, our network board operator today. Reminder, if you'd like, you can watch radio. Our next link, Courtside Cam, is up and running here in Fort Worth. It's brought to you by NextLink, reliable high-speed internet for your home or business. Courtside Cam, we're up, not courtside, but you can look right into our broadcast spot here in Fort Worth. Go to the Baylor Athletics YouTube channel. Here we go, back to play. TCU ball. Three, left wing is no good. Missed by Jaden Pierre. With the ball out of bounds, touched by a Baylor Bear.
You know, pretty good defense that time initially by the Bears, but when the ball goes up, they're just having a real hard time keeping TCU off the glass. TCU does not get a second shot there, but ball rolled out of bounds. Just Posey kept the ball alive. Now they get another 20 seconds.
Harding the inbounder. Caden Powell is back on the floor. James Najee to the Baylor bench. Inbounds it comes to Xavier Edmonds. Tried to hit punch, threw it by him, stolen by Skillings. Skillings all the way, nearly traveled. Gives it back to Agbum. And now there is a travel by Michael Ratai. Is that a makeup call?
It might have been, because I think both of them were violations.
Yeah.
You just see it, John. You can almost feel it, how the Bears are out of sync offensively, and you've got to give TCU credit for that. Cameron Carr has 12 in the game. 12. But has worked for every touch he's gotten. I'm not talking about even a shot. And when he touches it, he gets the attention of the defense. You can rest assured of that.
Frogs ball leading by 10, 49-39 over the Bears. Just under 12 minutes to play. Here is Punch. Tries to drive to the bucket. Puts a forearm shiver into Obi Agbum. And Agbum is whistled for the foul. That is his second personal on the day, and it gets us to a timeout. With 11:45 to play, Frogs lead the Bears by 10 on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hi, I'm Jim Turner at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. As we celebrate our 10th year anniversary, I want to say thank you to all of our customers. Our dealership is more than a business to me. That's why when you come see us for a reliable new Chevy or award-winning
I went to get a Dr. Pepper up front, and I figured you'd be on longer than that.
Center, now open to serve you even better for many years to come.
Yeah, you're right, but I was listening, so I knew what was happening.
Let's drive.
Come see why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year.
I got back as fast as I could.
Exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health, enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear, and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
You're listening to Baylor Men's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Brought to you in part by Pepsi. Hey, Bears fans, this basketball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for basketball watching. Pepsi, that's what I like. Proud partner of Baylor Athletics.
Well, really, John, down by 10, 11:44 to go. Plenty of time left in this game, but the difference right now, in my mind, is the ability of TCU to get to the free throw line. Bears have shot it second half okay, 40%, 6 of 15. They made 2 of 4 threes, but 2 of 3 from the free throw line second half, 3 of 7 at the line overall. Compare that to TCU's second half. They made 7 of 9 free throws, and that is the disparity for the most part. And we'll go back to play with Punch at the free throw line again for TCU. It's one of those things where can you win a game in the Big 12 when you're not at your best offensively? That's where the Bears are right now. To do that, you got to D up. I mean, you've got to get defensive rebounds. You got to get stops. And I think over the next 11 minutes and 44 seconds, that's going to really determine who's going to win this ball game. Bears going to have to get a few. That offense, I still think, is going to come around.
David Punch at the line, scoreless in the first half, 6 here in the second half. Frogs leading scorer out of Harker Heights. Misses the free throw out of the timeout. The Bears claim the rebound. Cam Carr drive shot, may have been partially blocked by Punch. Rebound Baylor, kick out to Skillings, he misses from 3. And TCU's Lelavicius the rebound. Give to Harding. Harding, left side 3, no good. Caden Powell the rebound for the Bears.
Couple of misses by TCU, doors open a little bit. Bears need a bucket here. They got to start chipping away sooner than later.
Ratai gives to Skillings, cut off on the baseline. Plants that right pivot foot, now gives it back outside to Caden Powell, who gives to Cameron Carr. Nice pass in the paint, extra pass. Caden Powell gives to Michael Ratai, who banks it in.
Great pass. He had the ball in the lane, was trying to figure out what to do with it, and I thought Ratai reduced that pressure by going back door. Perfect pass from Powell.
49-41. Bears trail by 8. There's a leaner right side. That is no good by Pierre. Rebound Bears. Agbum pushes the tempo ahead to Skillings. Ball knocked out of his hands, but a whistle and a foul. See if Skillings gets 2 free throws out of this.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
It's a big move. Couldn't really tell whether Skillings was trying to shoot it or pass it off, but it's a good move by Skillings. I mean, he got the ball in the open floor. Bears took the defensive rebound and got it up the floor quickly, and the defense was a little bit disjointed. He took advantage of it. He's going to get a couple of free throws here. Bears got to get to the line. When the ball's not going in the hole otherwise, you need second chance points, you need free throws.
Only the 4th team foul in TCU here in the second half. First free throw is good by Skillings. There's conversely 8 team fouls on the Bears already with 10:34 to play.
Yeah, it was a 12-point lead for TCU at the 16:36 mark. So the Bears needed a little bit coming out of that media timeout, a little bit of a boost, and hopefully they're going to get that from Skillings here. made free throw, gets it down to 6 with a lot of time left to play.
The recently engaged Dan Skillings Jr. hits the second free throw, knocked them both down. Give him 9 points on the day. Bears close within 6. It's 49-43 TCU. Frogs ball. Lelavicius gives to Jaden Pierre, top of the key. To Robinson, back to Pierre. Pierre will launch a three. It's good. Top of the key.
You know what Yesufu did? He was guarding Pierre, and there was a ball screen set for Pierre on Yesufu. He went behind the screen rather than over it, and Pierre just took one dribble back and drilled it.
Lead is back to 9 for the Frogs, 52-43 over the Bears, halfway through this second half. Drive by Skillings, knifing in from the right side. He draws contact and a foul. I think Dan Skillings will go back to the line. No, he won't. Not a shooting foul, just inbound on the baseline.
Yeah, that may have been the message during that last time out to the team. Got to drive the ball. We somehow got to get to the free throw line and manufacture points that way. And you've got 5 guys on the floor who can do that now. Each one of those guys has the ability to turn the corner, draw defense, and finish at the rim or get to the line.
That was on David Punch, Pat. That is his third of the day. He'll go to the bench. He and Lelavicius take a seat on Jamie Dixon's bench. Bears inbound on the baseline. Agbum underneath to Skillings. I don't think that was intended for him, was it?
No, he was not the intended recipient of the inbound pass, but just a heads-up play again by Skillings to get the ball in. That's 4 points in the last couple of minutes by Skillings.
Now bringing the ball up the floor, Harding is fouled. And he'll have free throws. So Brock Harding will shoot free throws for TCU.
Yeah, and that was Agbum, just a reach on Harding. And guys on the floor, Harding is not going to turn it over. You're not going to take it from him. Not a great free throw shooter, 66%. Airballed that one.
That was an air ball, wasn't it?
An air ball.
Holy cow, what's in the air today?
I mean, like we said, it's all or nothing with these guys.
Yeah.
Because they've made more than their fair share of threes today. They made 7 on the day.
All right, clearly won't get the bonus. As Agbum begins to bring the ball up the floor, whistles blow. Maybe a clock issue, 9:46 showing, second half. 52-45, TCU leads Baylor.
You know, and again, you got to take advantage of every opportunity. The missed free throw by Harding on the front end of a 1-and-1. Down by 7. It's been a lot worse not that long ago. Quality possession here, I think, gives the Bears a spring in their step they haven't had this entire second half.
Well, and here's Isaac Williams back on the floor. Agbum foul was his third. He'll take a seat. Ratai to Yesufu on the right side. Yesufu runs off without the ball, comes back, gets it. Around the screen of Caden Powell, Yesufu bangs into his defender. Lost the ball, picked up by Jaden Pierre. No foul there. Yesufu just had it swatted away. And Pierre drives in. His shot is blocked by Caden Powell. Bears run it the other way. Isaac Williams gives to Ratai. Now back to Yesufu. Bears down by 7. Ratai cut off to Yesufu for 3. It's no good. And that's an air ball. Tough defense on that play. An air ball 3 attempt by Yesufu. Back outside. Xavier Edmonds knocks down the triple.
And Harding gets credit for that. That's another assist for him. He took the ball into the lane. He got the attention of 2 Baylor defenders, and he knew Edmonds was wide. It was like he had eyes in the back of his head. Turned and just tossed it to Edmonds. That's a big bucket for TCU.
And the crowd knows it. It's TCU crowd on their feet as the lead swells back to 10. Ratai drives in. Shot blocked from behind. TCU the run out. Here's Harding. And layup no good. Contested by Yesufu. Picked up by Robinson. They save it inbounds. So TCU gets a second chance even on the missed free throw. The missed layup. Harding into the paint for TCU. Cut off by Skillings. Back outside. A 3 is no good by Jace Posey. But another offensive rebound.
Yeah, a lot of time being spent on TCU's offensive end. And timeout, I believe Coach Drew called that one. And it's getting to a point in the game where the Bears got to make a run. 7:51, getting close to crunch time. down by 10, had a chance with a 7-point deficit to cut it even more, and the Bears have just come away empty. Can't really string quality possessions back-to-back in this game where they absolutely have to have them.
You know, they had it to 7, and then that three-pointer last trip down by Edmonds gets it back to 10. And now a timeout. As Pat said, 7:51 to play. TCU 55, Baylor 45. We're back after this on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
At Baylor Club, membership unlocks exclusive perks from networking with an incredible community to enjoying stunning spaces. But did you know you don't have to be a member to host your private event with us? Whether it's a wedding, corporate gala, or milestone celebration, our expert private events teams handle every detail with precision and warmth. Indulge in gourmet catering crafted by our executive chef and relax knowing your event will be unforgettable. Ready to join the club or just host in style? Call 254-710-8080.
Rookie home buyer? Slam dunk buying a home with First Central Credit Union. We are opening doors to home ownership. First Central's open door mortgage loans up to 95% of the appraised home value. Our starting lineup includes low closing costs, no points, low origination fees, flexible terms, and competitive rates. Thinking about refinancing your mortgage loan? This play works for you too. Apply online at firstcentralcu.com. We're your team. Everything we do for you.
Some restrictions apply. Rates subject to change. Equal housing lender. Member NCUA.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
You're listening to Baylor Men's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Baylor Basketball brought to you in part by Hellberg's. Fans, don't miss out on Texas Top 50 Barbecue, located conveniently right off Highway 6, outside Waco at Hellberg's Barbecue. Hellberg's offers catering, daily specials, and more to barbecue lovers from across the state of Texas. Hellberg's Barbecue, salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
Pretty close, John, to the 5 to grind, which is the 5-minute mark on end. We're at 7:51, and the Bears flirted with getting this game, that deficit, a little more manageable a couple of times, but TCU has always answered and continued in the second half to have pretty much a double-digit lead, which is what they have now at 10. TCU will get it back with 10 on the shot clock.
So Frogs ball, they put the ball back in play. Brock Harding dribbling on the perimeter. Looks to drive, Skillings with him. Bounces in the paint to punch. And a foul or a travel?
Yeah,
oh, it's a foul.
It is.
Yeah, on James Najee, that's his third.
And we said before the game, you got to control Harding. Harding was so in control of that possession, the point guard for TCU. He got the shot clock down to about 3, and then he got it to Punch, and Punch ought to go hug his neck, because most of the buckets he's gotten have come off of plays created for him by Harding. Got the ball into his hands with about 2 on the shot clock, drew the foul, first free throw is good.
David Punch out of Harker Heights High School has another free throw coming. Held scoreless in the first half, averages 14 a game. 2 free throws here, gives him 8, all in the second half. And the lead is the biggest it's been all day. Back to 12 for TCU, 57-45. Frogs lead the Bears.
Just need a good possession here. Bears have had a hard time getting anything out of their half-court offense. Now's the time. TCU's defense has been awfully good. Kind of one step ahead of the Baylor offense all afternoon.
It's a good description for it. Skillings' 3 right corner is no good. Michael Ratai going for the rebound is whistled for a foul. Trying to block out Micah Robinson to get in rebounding position. Ratai picks up personal number 2 on the day.
You know, there just wasn't anything created in that possession. We said they needed a really good one. Nothing created. A couple of dribbles, refused ball screens at the top of the key, and then they settle with a shot, quick shot from Skillings in the far corner. Bears weren't even in rebounding position when the ball went up.
Pat, TCU's now in the double bonus the remainder of this game. 10 team fouls on Baylor. Michael Robinson hits the first free throw. Totally different situation free throw wise than the first half when TCU did not shoot a single free throw.
Yeah.
Now they get 2 more here to build the lead to 14. 59-45, TCU on top. 7:07 to play, second half. Still time. Baylor still has enough offensive weapons to make up a 14-point deficit. Pass in the paint to Najee. Around a defender, and he puts it up and in.
Maybe that's a look of things to come from Najee, because he was immediately collapsed on. There were 2 or 3 guys that had come down from the perimeter, and he didn't put the ball on the floor. He just went right up with it.
Here's a drive, left-hand layup. That one's no good by Jace Posey. Rebound Bears. Ratai up the floor. Gives to Obi Agbum. Bears down by 12, 59-47. Ratai lost the handle. Just lost the handle. Harding the other way. Layup partially blocked, but the putback is in by Michael Robinson.
Yeah, and an unforced error at the other end. Bears have had 3 or 4 of those in the second half. That was a live ball turnover that TCU turned into a bucket at the other end. You can hear what it does to the home crowd.
61-47. Frogs up on Baylor. 6:07 to play. Bears have not lost here in Fort Worth since 2020 was the last time. Into the paint goes Ratai. Covered up, gives it back outside to Agbum. And a foul is called on Brock Harding. Only his second of the day. So Harding was one of those guys, Pat, you talked about. Jamie Dixon knew what he needed.
Yep.
Went and got him in the transfer portal. He transferred here from Iowa. From Moline, Illinois originally. He was the Mr. Basketball in the state of Illinois his senior year.
Yeah, well, we said when we started the broadcast, there are no holes in this roster. He went out and got exactly what he needed, and I think it starts with Harding. This guy is the rudder of the ship, and he's been great today. He's created shots for his teammates, and the Bears just have not been able to do that at the guard spot.
Ball tipped into the backcourt. No backcourt violation. Carr has it. Now has to beat the clock with a long three, and it's no good. Rebound by Jace Posey. Posey puts the ball in the hands of Brock Harding. Harding slows things up. TCU leading 61-47 over Baylor. Harding gives to Punch. He lost the handle. No, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Baylor.
Yeah, and this is the kind of half-court offense you're going to see from TCU down the stretch. Up by 14, got a great point guard running the show. They're going to take as much time off the clock as they possibly can. They're down to 10 right now.
To Punch on the lob, short jumper, no good. Rebound to Agbum for the Bears. Boy, Punch had it short range there and just missed on the shot. Agbum tried to bounce it to Najee, knocked out of bounds by David Punch. We'll stay with the Bears with 21 on the shot clock.
You know, still, you're not at a point where you need threes. So you don't need quick shots, and the Bears have taken a couple of quick ones last couple of possessions. Just need to chip away, and I still think the hard work to be done is on the defensive side of the floor, where the Bears in the second half, John, have just really had no answer as TCU continues to win the battle of the backboards, 37-32.
Inbounds right under the basket to Dan Skillings Jr. He gave a head fake, went up for the shot, and was fouled hard. So Skillings will go to the free throw line for Baylor. 5:01 on the clock. 2 free throws by Dan Skillings. He's 3 of 3. Another one coming. Would cut the lead to 12, and he does with the free throw. 61-49, TCU on top.
Here comes a little bit of pressure from Baylor. Just some in the backcourt. In fact, now they call it off. Agbin will guard Harding, bringing it up the floor. Thought we might see some full court zone press. Really maybe too early for that.
Brock Harding to the free throw line. Bounces, low post to Edmonds. Almost lost it, hangs on to it, shot up. Oh, but a whistle and a foul on Najee. Showing a little emotion there as he's whistled for the foul. He thought he was working hard trying to get the blocked shot, but instead he gets personal foul number 4.
You know, you got to give Edmonds credit. I mean, it's hard to score over a guy with that sort of wingspan and length, but that's a really good effort, I thought, by Najee. Just reached a little bit at the end got a little bit greedy, was looking for a block, and he had Edmonds, I think, compromised offensively.
So it puts Xavier Edmonds at the free throw line where he's 2 of 3 today. Make it 2 of 4 as he misses the first one. TCU, Najee goes to the bench. Caden Powell checks back in. Najee with 4 personal fouls will take a seat.
Got to gain ground really every possession here. And even if the second free throw goes down, Bears with an advantage, got a bucket at the other end. I think that's really got to be the cadence to finish this game.
Second free throw good by Xavier Edmonds. 1 of 2 at the line at 62-49 TCU. 4 minutes, 35 seconds to play. Agbum to Carr to Caden Powell. One big step and he banks it in and a foul.
Great play. Cameron Carr became a deliverer that time rather than a scorer. He draws the attention of the defense. There was a ball screen set by Powell, and Carr got the attention of a couple of different guys. Powell saw that and just slipped to the basket. Nice pass from Carr. And again, if Powell can get the free throw here, John, Bears continue to gain a little bit of ground, which is what they have to do every possession.
First points today by Caden Powell. First shot from the floor today by Caden Powell. And he adds the free throw for the 3-point play. It's 62-52. Bears down by 10. Now need a stop for Baylor defensively. Brock Harding dribbling back near midcourt. Spins to his right all the way. Runner drops in for Brock Harding. Not an easy shot.
No.
Harding makes it count and puts the Frogs back up by 12.
It's the luxury of having a really good point guard out there. He took the clock all the way down and then took a shot that was decent. Tough shot.
3 by Agbum, no good. Caden Powell, the offensive rebound. Kick out to Agbum. Given a second chance, he knocks down the triple.
First bucket of the day for Agbum, and it couldn't come at a better time.
64-55. Bears down by 9 to TCU. Here's Harding, top of the key. Agbum on him defensively. Pass knocked away. Carr had it, then knocked out of his hands. Will stay with the Bears. So a turnover by TCU.
Yeah, they've gotten the lead down to 9, 3:25 to play. That's the kind of play they needed. You get a bucket here, and things really get pretty interesting. The Bears have started to stiffen up a little bit defensively. We're going to have to finish that game. I think this game will be won and lost on TCU's offensive side of the floor. If the Bears can get stops, they're going to have a chance.
Timeout on the floor down the home stretch. 3:26 remaining. TCU 64, Baylor 55. Bears ball when we return on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Proudly serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage and a trusted neighbor, bridging expert industry knowledge with integrity and kindness. Known for their award-winning agents, Magnolia Realty understands the dynamics of making the real estate journey your own and the importance of trust from contract to close. You can find their local agents here in Waco and across the state, including in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and
all right,
connected and visit
Thank you.
realty.com. Here's to home.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary. Toyotathon ends January 5th. See your participating dealer for details.
You're listening to Baylor Men's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back to Fort Worth. Bears trail it 64-55 to TCU for 3 minutes, 26 seconds to play. Before play resumes, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
From the Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Thank you very much.
This is KRZI Waco, K222DC Waco, K265DV Temple, ESPN Central Texas.
Alongside Baylor Athletics Hall of Famer Pat Nunley, I'm John Morris. Bob Baker, our engineer here in Fort Worth. Dr. Van Goodall, our network board operator. Glad you're with us today. Bears in their Big 12 opener, fighting uphill. They led once, Pat. Led, 19-18 back in the first half. And the rest of the game, they have trailed. Bears inbound. Cameron Carr in the paint. Muscles it up and in with a foul.
You know, I was wondering what Coach Drew drew up during that timeout. He had the luxury of finding something that he liked, and what he liked was Cameron Carr isolated in the middle of the lane. Ball was taken underneath out of bounds, probably 20 feet away from the basket, but the ball was rifled into Carr, and man-to-man, he is hard to guard. If he can get this one down, John, Bears could not have asked for a better way out of that timeout. Free throw is good, and John, now it is a 6-point deficit for the Bears with 3:23 to play.
Foul was on Jaden Pierre. That's his third. 19th foul on TCU. Bears have closed it to 6. They've trailed by as much as 14 in this game. Now 64-58 is the TCU lead. Frog's ball. Harding will yo-yo the dribble to run some clock. Working against Obi Agpam. Gets a screen from Punch. Angles to the right side, passes back to Micah Robinson. Robinson looks to drive, runs into Caden Powell, and it's Powell that's whistled for the blocking foul.
Yeah, that was a good call. Robinson just had a little bit around the corner on Powell. He's trying to take a charge and was just a little bit late there. Didn't want to do that because you've got now TCU in the double bonus. In fact, they've been there for a while. I said earlier, John, if Bears going to win this game, it's going to be on this side of the floor, their defensive side.
Free throw is short, no good. TCU 12 of 18 shooting free throws here in the second half, and that would be the same for the game. Remember, they didn't have a single free throw attempt in the first half. Another one coming from Micah Robinson, the sophomore from Kansas City, and he missed it, but he got the rebound. So he missed 2 free throws, but TCU keeps the ball their half of the floor.
You got to mark that at 2:58. 2 missed free throws, which is what the Bears were begging for. But an offensive rebound gets TCU another 30 seconds on the shot clock.
Harding drives, shot swatted away by Caden Powell. Big time defensive play there by Powell on the layup attempt. TCU's ball to inbound with 3.3 seconds on the shot clock. Now a 6-point game, TCU 64, Baylor 58. Harding looking around, Powell inbounds to Robinson. He shoots an air ball, punched the rebound. Oh, and he's fouled. Oh, but a shot clock violation. It was not a foul, it was a shot clock violation, and the ball goes over to Baylor.
Boy, talk about dodging a bullet. But at this stage of the game, I mean, 2:34 down by 6, a little bit of momentum. It is still a stop. TCU goes to their offensive end, comes away empty. Bears with a little bit of momentum here.
Bears ball down by 6, 2:27 to play. Cameron Carr drives in, bodies all over the floor. Was that a foul? It was. So Cam Carr will go to the free throw line.
It's what you need. That's probably down the stretch your best offense is Cameron Carr with the ball. Little ball screen, give him just enough of a head start to try to finish in traffic. And what a play he made coming out of the last timeout. 3-point play. And now if he can answer with a couple of free throws here, John's a little different ball game with 2:23 to play.
Absolutely. Fouls on Jaden Pierre. That is his 4th. 2 big free throws by Cameron Carr coming. First one is good. It's a 5-point game.
I'll tell you, he has been a marked man today. But he might ought to get used to that because that's going to be really what he's up against every Big 12 game he'll play. But he still has managed 16 points in the game, looking for 17 here.
Second one by Carr is in the air and good. 2 big free throws by Cameron Carr. It's a 4-point game, 64-60. TCU's lead that was 14 is now cut to 4. 2 minutes, 16 seconds remaining. Scott Drew exhorting his team from the far sideline. Here's Harding dribbling up top. Harding goes around the screen, a punch to Lelavicius. 3, right corner, no good. Rebound, Skillings. Bears with the ball. They could cut it to 2 or 1 on this possession. Here's Cameron Carr to Agbum to Skillings. Skillings will drive in on Harding. Shot no good. Ball tipped around, and Harding comes up with a loose ball. Stayed in bounds, the miss on the drive, and TCU comes away with the ball.
Now, not a bad look by Skillings. He thought at least he'd get a trip to the free throw line out of it, but didn't.
TCU 64, Baylor 60. Frogs ball with 1:30 to play. TCU has led virtually the entire game. Pass into the left corner. Now back outside to Harding with 5 to shoot. Harding on the baseline right has to shoot, and he traveled with it. Brock Harding traveled with the ball. The shot clock was about to catch him. He knew that, but he traveled and the ball goes over to Baylor with 1:18 to play.
We've been saying the whole entire second half that the Bears were going to have a chance to win if they stiffened up defensively. They've had back-to-back stops now and get another chance down by 4, 1:18 to play. Don't have to have a 3 here, just need a bucket.
Obi Agbum into the front court for the Bears. Gives to Dan Skillings Jr. Gives to Yesufu, right corner. Back outside to Carr. Carr looks to drive. Cut off by Posey. Carr will launch a long 3. Missed badly. Kind of forced that one, and the rebound pulled down by Punch.
You know, you want your best shooter shooting a shot, but that was pretty quick, and it was from a long way out. Now, he's made a number of those this season, but that's probably one he'd like to have back.
So TCU ball, 42 seconds and counting. Bears have 2 timeouts remaining. TCU has 2. Posey in the right corner. Gives to Punch. 4 to shoot. Punch drives in on Caden Powell, trying to draw the charge. No call, and Punch banks it in.
He just did not get the call. I thought he was in good position. He wasn't flopping. It was really, I thought, a smart call, a good attempt by Powell to draw the charge. He just did not get the call.
Timeout on the floor. Scott Drew goes directly to Kim Kissinger, trying to get an explanation there. And he punches Caden Powell in the chest. You can almost hear him say, good play, good play. He was trying to draw that charge. He just didn't get it.
That could have been a game changer, really. But that's the hardest call to make in college basketball, any level of basketball. The block charge, he just did not get that call. I thought it looked really good from here. But the Bears now, John, 28.3 seconds to play. That's a big bucket for TCU. They took time off the clock. They got a bucket at the end. And now the Bears do have to think about threes. And they also have to think about fouling somebody. TCU has not been great at the free throw line today. And if you're looking at guys to put at the line, it's probably Harding. He's at 66%. Everybody else on the floor is 70% or better.
Timeout was called by Jamie Dixon, TCU. They have 1 remaining. Baylor has 2 timeouts remaining. 28. Now they changed the clock now. 29 seconds to play. 29 seconds exactly. It'll be Baylor's ball. The Bears trailing by 6 now. 2-possession game, 66-60.
Yeah, and I think you just take the first opportunity you have to score. I said a minute ago, needs to be a 3. Really doesn't have to be. You got to have a bucket. And now you're in a position where you're kind of losing control on the defensive side. You can't let too much time elapse. You're going to have to kill the clock with a foul, and you got to be thinking pretty hard about who you are going to foul and put at the line. Now, the last time Harding went to the line, again, he's just 66%. He shot an air ball, so that might be when we get back on this side. Bears will inbound at 94 feet from their basket. That's a guy that you think about putting at the line.
All right, here we go. Cam Carr to inbound. 29 seconds to play. Inbounds to Agbum. Gives it back to Carr. Trots into the front court. Now 24 seconds remaining. No time here. Carr to Agbum for 3. It's no good, but he was fouled. Jace Posey fouled Obi Agbum. He'll have 3 free throws with 18.3 seconds remaining.
It's a great play. Coach Drew had the opportunity to put something together where he used Carr as a decoy. Everybody in the arena knows Carr's going to be their first option. And there was a little ball screen set for Carr by Agbum, and immediately he was slipping over to the 3-point line, and the ball went to him. Missed the shot, but got the opportunity to get to the line.
And 3 free throws coming for Agbum. His first trips to the line today. First one is good. Patty's 89% on the year. 16 of 18 is Obi Agbum.
Yep, it's the guy you want there.
Second one. Also good. Now one more to make it a one-possession game. It's 66-62. Another free throw by Agbum would make it a three-point game with 18.3 seconds remaining.
Yeah, then you have to either get a very quick steal or you got to have a quick foul and hope that TCU misses a couple.
Third one's good. 3 clutch free throws by Obi Agbum. It's a three-point game, 66-63. TCU on top, 18.3 seconds to play. Possession arrow favors Baylor if there's a tie-up. Pass down the floor. He doesn't drive to the basket. He backs it out of there and gives instead to Micah Robinson, and he is fouled immediately. Pass was still Lelavicious. He could have driven to the basket, but maybe a smart move just to back it out and run some clock. And Baylor fouls Robinson.
You know, Robinson's a 75% free throw shooter, but today he has just been 4 of 6. I mean, that's right at his average, but beggars can't be choosers. You got to stop the clock and hope TCU misses a couple here in the double bonus.
He missed his last 2 last time he was there. This trip, he hits the first one. Now it's a 2-possession game again, 67-63 with another free throw. Robinson handed the ball by Brett Smith. 14.2 seconds on the clock. This one is also good. 2 big free throws there by Michael Robinson. 5-point lead for TCU, 68-63.
You know, you need a shot here. I mean, a 3 obviously would be preferable, but you want a shot early enough for the Bears to be able to get an offensive rebound if it doesn't go in. 14.2 seconds, not a lot of time to work with. You got to get it up the floor really quickly.
Carr inbounds to Agbum up the right side of the floor. As soon as he crosses midcourt, he calls a timeout. So Baylor uses one of their 2 remaining timeouts. 10.7 seconds on the clock. Bears will draw up the play, and then they'll inbound, Pat, from their half of the floor on their sideline.
Yeah, and that's the reason Agbum was handed the ball. I thought they'd try to inbound it a little further up the floor. Agbum just basically took a handoff from the guy making the inbound pass and sprinted with the ball to just the other side of the half-court line and immediately killed the play with a timeout. Coach Drew's been really good at creating a play in a timeout that gives the Bears what they need. At least they'll get the look, I think, that they want here and have to have. 11.1 seconds to play. You know, it is 2 possessions, but I think at a minimum you've just got to get a bucket here, 2 or a 3, and then same MO, got to have a quick foul and hope TCU misses a couple. Both teams now in the double bonus.
All right, Bears back on the floor with Cameron Carr, Dan Skillings Jr., Tunde Yesufu, Michael Ratai, and Obi Agbum. 5 on the floor for the Bears, trailing by 5 with 11.1 seconds to play. Carr handed the ball. Carr, the inbounder. Gets it inbounds to Agbum. Up with a 3, right side, no good. Rebound, Robinson gets it away to Harding. And a foul, a quick foul by Baylor with 4.1 seconds to play. I'm not going to say that's going to do it, but man, you miss on that 3, and now only 4.1 seconds to go in a 2-possession game.
Yeah, got to have a bucket, and it was a 3, and not a bad look from Agbum, but you know your options are fairly limited in terms of what you can run if you're looking only at a 3, and that was the case for Agbum. He was well guarded, and the ball just wouldn't go in for him.
That was on Michael Ratai, his 3rd. David Punch at the line. First free throw is no good. Bounced off to the right side. Second free throw coming for David Punch, 70% free throw shooter on the season. This one rolls in, every part of the rim and dropped in. It's 69-63 TCU.
And now it is a pass way up the floor. Shot obviously, clock obviously not going to start until it's caught in bounds. But you don't have time to dribble that thing up. You've got to get it the length of the floor quickly.
Carr baseball pass, and he shot it out of bounds. He led Dan Skillings out of bounds just beyond the mid-court stripe. Skillings did everything he could to stay in, and he couldn't do it. So a turnover by Baylor on that inbounds attempt. 5.3 seconds to go. They'll drop it inbounds to Michael Robinson, and that is it. TCU wins on their home floor over Baylor for the first time since 2020. Snaps a 5-game winning streak for the Bears here in Fort Worth. And the Frogs win their Big 12 opener 69-63 over Baylor.
You know, it didn't take long to figure out in the first half what TCU was trying to do in terms of the pace of the game. This is a Baylor team that averages 95 points a game. Coming in, TCU wanted this game to end in the 60s, and look what happened, 69-63. But you got to give the Horned Frogs a lot of credit for figuring out how to keep Baylor, a prolific scoring team, at just 63 on the day, and that's where it ended. And again, I thought the Bears, when started the second half, had to get some stops and set a completely different tone of this ball game from the first half. Just weren't able to do that.
Frogs Day from the jump. Baylor led briefly once by 1 point. TCU led the rest of the game. Did see the debut of James Najee in a Baylor uniform today. He performed admirably. We'll get the thoughts of Coach Scott Drew coming up in a bit. At the end of the day, Frogs win it over Baylor, 69-63 the final. Stay with us. The First Central Credit Union postgame show is coming up next on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It's the wrap-up year sales event at Allen Samuels in Waco. Get the 2025 Ram 1500 Lone Star with 0% for 72 months or 3.9% for 72 months, plus 10% below MSRP and $2,000 in Black Friday select inventory cash. Check out the huge selection of 2026 Ram 2500s, now with $4,000 combined bonus cash allowance, backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Hurry, these year-end savings won't last long at Allen Samuels.
Come by. Let's be friends.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to NextLink Internet. With NextLink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, NextLink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give NextLink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears!
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Hellberg Barbecue is a family-owned business started here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they even ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
This has been live coverage of Baylor men's basketball. Now, it's time for the First Central Credit Union postgame show. Brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. TFNB, the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Nissan, innovation that excites. Libman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Stay tuned as we break down the game, listen to highlights, and talk with Coach Drew, players, and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
And they play at Kansas coming up next, and they did what they needed to do, holding serve at home in this conference opener.
I was impressed. I really was. I knew coming in this is a completely different defensive team in TCU than it was a year ago. And that was their chance to win this. That's the fewest point total, lowest point total by Baylor this season, 63 points today. I thought it was almost impossible to hold Baylor to just 63. But what TCU did was just somehow keep Baylor from finding any sort of offensive rhythm. Great scoring teams are rhythm teams. The Bears just never found theirs today.
69-63 is the final. We'll give you all the final numbers from this game. Not a great shooting game. Baylor just couldn't ever get maybe one stretch. They got in a pretty good rhythm. I think a 7-0 run. That's when they got their only lead of the game at 19-18. That was in the first half. But other than that, they never really got in a rhythm, did they?
Never did. And again, you just got to give TCU credit for that. I thought a number of times the Bears were offensively looked like they were kind of playing sideways, sort of east and west rather than north and south. And, I'm interested to get Coach Drew's comments on that. But when Baylor offensively is at its best, that ball is touching the paint. And I think it was just a struggle for the Bears to be able to do that today.
69-63 the final. We'll visit with Coach Drew coming up post-game. Tunde Yesufu will come our way as well. It'll be a little bit of a hike to get them up here, but we're told that we'll get to visit with them. So we look forward to that, and we'll give you all the stats from this game after a break as we continue on the First Central Credit Union post-game show, brought to you by the First Central Credit Union. Everything we do for you. We're also brought to you by Premier ER and Urgent Care, the place to go when you're not sure where to go. Open 24/7 and just a short walk across campus. No appointment necessary, just walk in. Visit premier.care to learn more. More on the First Central Credit Union post-game show following a 69-63 TCU win over Baylor coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Come see why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Texas Golf Carts has been providing sales, service, and leasing to Central Texas since 1993. We offer many different parts and accessories from various manufacturers and are the only authorized Yamaha and Club Car dealer in Central Texas. Visit our new location off Highway 6 in Waco or call us at 848-5991 and let us know what you are looking for, and we'll provide the expertise in meeting and achieving your desires and specifications. We are also proud supporters of the Baylor Bears. Sick 'em, Bears!
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to NextLink Internet. With NextLink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, NextLink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give NextLink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears!
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Baylor Men's Basketball. Baylor Men's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back with us on the First Central Credit Union postgame show. It's brought to you by the First Central Credit Union. Everything we do for you. 69-63 the final. TCU over Baylor today here in Fort Worth. Brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, a proud championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Also brought to you by the Greater Waco Chamber. Whether you're a member business or considering membership, optimize the opportunity to gather and grow your business with us. Go to wacochamber.com/activate to explore the benefits of membership. 69-63, the final. Pat, tell us how we got there. Give us a look at the final stats.
Well, Bears with 3 different players in double digits. Cameron Carr, a hard-earned 17 points in this game. 10 points, 5 rebounds for Tunde Yesufu, and then 13 and 4 for Dan Skillings. In fact, 9 of Skillings' 13 came in the second half. Obi Agbem did not score in the first half. He had 6, and most of those came late. Really struggled to shoot the ball in. 1 of 8 from the floor, but he did have 5 assists against 0 turnovers, so continues that assist-to-turnover rate, which is one of the leading rates in the nation. Michael Ratai, 5 points, 4 rebounds, 4 points, a rebound for Isaac Williams. Caden Powell really flirted with foul trouble most of the game, but finishes with 3 points and 4 rebounds in the ballgame. Did have a couple of blocked shots as well. And then James Najee drew a lot of attention in this game. Really had a nice afternoon. Had 5 points, 4 rebounds in the game. Played 16 minutes and 17 seconds, which is a little more than I think most people expected. In fact, if you look at the plus-minus for every player that played today, he's the only Baylor player that had a plus number. He had a +5 in the game. So good minutes for James Najee, who's just going to get better and better. Baylor, well, actually, neither team shot the ball well. Baylor just 37% from the floor. They made 5 of 21 at the free throw line. Did make 13 of 14 from the line in the second half, 14 of 18 overall for the ball game at 78%, about its average. Good free throw shooting team, and Bears did another nice job of that this afternoon. TCU shot it at 38%, made 8 of 23s, and then all of their free throws, all 23 of them, came in the second half, 15 of 23 from the line for the Frogs on the ball game. TCU got double-digit scoring from 4 different players, 11 and 8 for David Punch, leading scorer, leading rebounder on the season for TCU, and was good again today. 12 points, 4 rebounds for Xavier Edmonds. Jaden Pierre with 8 points in the game, 2 of 5 at the three-point line. 7 points for Brock Harding, and to me, John, this is the guy. This was the difference in the ball game. 7 points, he had 5 assists, had 5 rebounds in the ball game, and when TCU needed to control tempo, when they needed to get the shot clock down, and just needed a key bucket at the end of a possession, Harding was the guy that was running the ship. I thought he was great today. Lutaris Alelevicius with 11 points, 2 rebounds, 3 of those 11 in the second half, and then a double-double for Micah Robinson, 13 points, 10 rebounds on the day. Both teams did a good job taking care of the ball, 11 turnovers for both teams in the game. Baylor with 10 points off those turnovers by TCU. TCU 9 points off Baylor's 11 turnovers. Points in the paint favored the Bears, 28-26. Second chance points favored TCU. Coming in, this is a disappointing stat. Any Big 12 game, rebounding really matters, and today TCU was at times dominant on the glass, 43-34. Frogs win the battle of the backboards in this game. In fact, 13 second chance points for TCU. Baylor with just 12 in the game. That's typically a number that Baylor has an advantage in. That just wasn't the case today. Another big number, TCU with 19 fast break points. Compare that to just 4 fast break points for the Bears. Again, a team, Baylor, that comes in shooting at or scoring at 96 points a game. That's not many fast break points. What other numbers here? Steals, Baylor with 8 in the ball game, just 6 for TCU. And all of that culminates in a 69-63 defeat for the Bears. Again, the fewest points scored by the Bears by a margin, really, this season in a ball game. And TCU controlled pace, and I thought really from the opening tap, we're in control of this game. Wanted the game to end in the 60s. That's exactly where it ended. And TCU goes to 1-0, and Baylor falls to 0-1 in the league in the home opener for TCU, but Big 12 opener for both teams.
Fewest points Baylor had scored in a game prior to today was 71. The 78-71 loss to Memphis on December 6th. So 63 is the point total today for Baylor in the loss to TCU. All right, Pat, thanks. And as we continue on the First Central Credit Union post-game show, Tunde Yesufu joins us. Thanks for making the hike up here.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Tough game for you guys today, and welcome to the Big 12. This is what you're going to get in the Big 12, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You guys, and their defense today, what'd you feel about it? It's a step up in defense in conference play, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they play really physical. You can tell they was ready for us. So we just gotta do better on controlling what we can control, rebounding, block them off of getting offensive rebound and all kind of stuff.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Rebounding was a real key. TCU had the advantage today.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, and today you guys are so good at controlling the tempo of a game. It looked like today you just could never get control of it. The game never went at a pace you wanted it to go at.
Yeah, I mean, it was my first time in the Big 12 conference. Now I know what to expect, and then moving forward, we all just got to work together as a team. Just again, control what we can control. Be more physical than them. I would say more likely be the tougher team on the floor.
Did it help having James Nanji out there?
Yeah, definitely. He covered the rim pretty well. I think he did really good. For me, in my opinion. Obviously, he's still new on the team, so we just got to walk through it. Fight together, and we're gonna be all right.
Good. Well, learning experience for sure, and now you know what it's like in the Big 12.
Yeah, definitely.
With a lot more tests to come, and you guys will be home for 2 big Big 12 games next week.
Yeah, can't wait. But right now, we just gonna watch film about this game and work on something that we like on and just get better.
Do you think, to follow up Pat's question with James Najee, now he's played a game, played 16 minutes today, so now everybody's a little bit more used to each other, don't you think, moving forward?
Definitely. I think even, in the team when we were talking about it, now everybody expected, what's coming out there, physicality, rebounding, just, be a dog, and that's a good thing. Now we just got to, perform down on the floor.
Very good. Hey, appreciate the visit. Thanks for coming up here.
All right,
thanks, Tunde.
Tunde Yesufu with us. Nice game, solid game by Tunde in his first ever Big 12 game today. Think about it, for these Baylor guys today, one player that had played a Big 12 conference game.
Yeah.
And that was for another team. That was Dan Skillings.
That's right. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
And I think, too, John, on the road in the Big 12, it's a different ball game. And this team this is only the second true road game for this team on the season. First game at Memphis did not go well. I don't think the team negatively reacted to the crowd. I think it was just, again, a great game plan by Jamie Dixon and TCU. Controlled the pace, which is what you have to do somehow to keep the Bears, as they did today, scoring at a clip that is going to give the opponent a chance to win.
Yeah, so can we say that it's fact that Baylor's 2 lowest scoring games of the year have been in their 2 true road games?
Yeah, that's right.
So that's a factor.
That's right. I don't think it's a coincidence either.
Yeah.
But today was a little bit different. The stakes are higher. This is Big 12 play. But this game was a gettable game by both teams, and I think both teams certainly understood that. This is one that either team could win. Bears fought hard. I thought the effort at the end of the game was strong. They got a few stops, but that hole was just too big to dig out of. It was going to take not just one special play, but 3 or 4 in the last 2.5, 3 minutes of the game to have a chance to win. They just couldn't do it.
They got some stops in there when they really needed to, but needed just a couple more to really make it interesting at the end.
Yeah, and again, great effort. They did get those stops. We said the entire second half, if they were going to have a chance to win, they had to get stops. They got a few. The doors cracked open a couple of times. But when you're a little bit out of your offense to make the kind of plays, make the kind of shots you're going to have to make to win, you're just at such a disadvantage. There's not that sort of room for error that they needed because of the hole that they dug themselves in at the end. But a great effort, and lost to, I thought, a really good TCU team today.
What does it say to you that TCU led in fast break points today, 19-4? That's pretty substantial.
Yeah, and that's a team that's not known to really run, but I thought they were selective with it. And that's a number that usually is heavily going to favor the Bears. But, again, you got to give TCU credit for keeping the Bears out of a 94-foot game. You're going to score 96 a game. The ball's going to have to go way up and down the floor a lot. And possessions were limited. TCU was able to do that. Cameron Card, a target on his back, got 17 of the hardest earned points I've seen in a while. So it's just what you're going to have to get used to in this league. And whether it's Iowa State, Houston, whoever, it's going to be really nice to be back at home next week.
All right, 69-63 the final. More to come on the First Central Credit Union postgame show. A visit with Coach Scott Drew, and we'll check scores around the Big 12 on this opening weekend of Big 12 play. We'll do that when we come back to Fort Worth. 69-63, TCU over Baylor. Back on the First Central Credit Union postgame show in a moment. Brought to you by the First Central Credit Union. Everything we do for you here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It's the wrap-up the year sales event at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Waco. Drive the stunning 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L with 0% financing for 60 months, or take $4,500 in combined bonus cash, plus $1,000 in select inventory cash. And right now, enjoy no payments for 90 days. Just sign and drive into the new year. These deals end soon, so hurry into Allen Samuels in Waco today.
Come by. Let's be friends.
Planning a new or used vehicle purchase? Drive the lane with First Central Credit Union's easy online application. It's a winning season with First Central's full court press of quick local loan processing, your best rate, and flexible terms. Apply online. You'll score at www.firstcentralcu.com. We're your team.
Membership and loan policy requirements apply. Member NCUA.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
Baylor fans, ready to keep it cool this season? Ice and Easy delivers premium ice lightning fast. From tailgates to restaurants, construction,
You just have one more break, John.
and races, Ice and Easy has you covered. Game day or work day, keep your drinks cold and your spirits bold. Ice and Easy, we deliver, you chill. Proud supporter of the Baylor Bears.
You're listening to Baylor Men's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
And back on the First Central Credit Union postgame show. It's brought to you by the First Central Credit Union. Everything we do for you. Bears fall to TCU today, 69-63. I'm going to do my best Dave Shook impression and give you scores around the Big 12 on this opening weekend of Big 12 play. It started last night. Third-ranked Iowa State won at home over West Virginia, 80-59 the final. Those Cyclones will be in Waco to play Baylor coming up on Wednesday. Games that are final today, 15th-ranked Texas Tech beat Oklahoma State 102-80. 10th-ranked BYU beat Kansas State 83-73 in Provo. 8th-ranked Houston at home beat Cincinnati 67-60. UCF knocks off 17th-ranked Kansas 81-75. Kansas, the next opponent for these Frogs in Lawrence, coming up next Tuesday. So KU drops their conference opener on the road in Orlando to UCF, 81-75. One game in progress. Top-ranked Arizona leads Utah 43-28. That's with 4.5 minutes to play before halftime. And one game about an hour away, Colorado plays at Arizona State. So that's the opening weekend schedule. And it's got to be a big win for UCF. Didn't they beat Kansas last year?
I think so.
Yeah,
down there. Yeah.
And they do it 2 years in a row in Orlando. So a big win for UCF as they knock off the Jayhawks in the conference opener. TCU wins here over Baylor today. Scott Drew is making his way up to us, and we look forward to visiting with him. Next up for the Bears, it is Iowa State, 7 o'clock Wednesday night in Foster Pavilion for the Bears and the right now third-ranked Iowa State Cyclones. And then a week from today, it's right now 10th-ranked Houston coming into Foster Pavilion. So the hits just keep on coming.
Yeah, UCF goes to 12-1.
Wow.
How about that?
How about that? Coach Scott Drew coming our way. His post-game comments brought to you by Alliance Bank. Alliance Bank, your Central Texas business bank. You need a second?
No, you're out of gas, okay? Man. That's a good workout.
Thanks for the hike. We appreciate it. Tough game. Welcome to the Big 12. We talked to Tunde, and it was kind of eye-opening, wasn't it, to all your guys when you hit Big 12 play?
I think, first of all, road games are always hard. Conference games are harder. And just how much you have to be focused for the full 40 minutes to give yourself a chance to win. I think the speed, athleticism, physicality, things that you were able to do in the non-conference, because coaches haven't coached against each other for 8, 10, 12 years and no tendencies. I mean, you're not going to beat people with your fastball at your second and third pitch, and that's an adjustment for guys the first time in the Big 12.
Yeah. Do we make too much out of that? I mean, none of your guys had played a Big 12 game except Dan, who played for Cincinnati.
I think a couple things. The reality is conference play is hard enough, but if you've never gone through it, you haven't been on the same team. I mean, those are just the challenges of winning with a new team and then throw in a new player.
Yeah.
And I thought he did a great job in the 16 minutes that he played. And in a very limited time, again, someone that hadn't been played a 5-on-5 game in 7 months. So, one, getting in shape and because he's been recovering from an injury, and then being able to learn a new offense, defense, teammates, and be able to compete. I thought a lot of positives. Again, in a perfect world, we've had a lot of close games against TCU, and every time you play a team that has a couple guys that return, that's an advantage for them, and especially in Big 12 play.
Coach, maybe chalk it up to a lot of those things you just talked about, but didn't seem like you guys could find a rhythm today. You really never got to the pace that you are accustomed to playing at.
Yeah, I thought let's first and foremost, Michigan has been so dominant all year. And if you watch their game at TCU, they had 13 points with 7 and change to go in the first half.
Wow.
So, I mean, they're a top 24 defense. They're really good. Coach Dixon does a great job. They beat Florida. They beat Wisconsin. I mean, they have some good wins. And at the end of the day with us, I thought second half we did some good things. We did score 40 points, which is enough to win. I thought our defense got stops down the stretch to get us back in the game. Now it's finding a way to cut down 19-4 transition points. Those are a killer in Big 12 play. That's 15 right there. And then 19-13, they took advantage of us on the glass, on the offensive glass, and 43-34. And that's, we know at the end of the day, you can't rebound, you can't win. So credit them. It's not like we were trying to lose.
Well, and you talk about how most Big 12 games are 1 or 2 possession games. This was a 1 or 2 possession game with a minute to play.
And that's where, again, different challenges for us. A lot of challenges, but let's flip it. I'm a positive guy. A lot of opportunities, too. We'll all go through these situations together, try to find solutions together. And at the end of the day, it's a blessing being able to compete in a great conference like the Big 12.
Back to James Najee and his debut, 16 minutes. You really weren't sure what you'd get or how many minutes you would have him on the floor. And the team was a +5 when he was on the floor for you today.
Yeah, so when he was in, he was the only biggest plus, so that's really good. And the concern was he might have played well, but the team might have been negative just because not knowing how and what to do. But, again, I think going in the game, I thought we were looking at 8 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, and I would have guessed negative. And, I mean, he did a lot of good things, and he's a good young man. He's really excited about this opportunity in college. He's excited to go to class, get a degree. So I know fans, they're hostile no matter where you go. So that's the fun of playing on the road and trying to have a chance to win on the road.
Well, big week ahead. 2 home games coming up next week against, looks like 2 top 10 teams coming up.
Yep.
So another great opportunities next week.
Yeah, that's the great thing about the Big 12. There's no night where you don't have a chance to get a quality win. And, I mean, Iowa State, Houston, 2 teams that a lot of people pick to be in Final Fours, win a championship. So much respect for Coach Sampson and TJ and what they've done with their teams. So at the end of the day, we got a lot to get ready for in a short period of time. Wish our students were back.
Yeah, exactly.
But I tell you what, TCU had a great crowd today, and I know we'll have a good crowd in the Foster.
All right, Coach, thanks for coming up. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Baylor fans.
See you back in Waco. Coach Scott Drew, post-game comments following a 69-63 loss by the Bears to TCU here in Fort Worth. His comments brought to you by Alliance Bank. Alliance Bank, your Central Texas business bank. Saw Eric Sharrow way away from us behind the Baylor bench today, part of the crowd here in Fort Worth. Take a break, back to wrap things up in a moment on the First Central Credit